Wait, no, we're not. No, I'm on the stream. We're not live.
We are. There's just a delay on the stream. What is up, Vikings, gamers, bastards, cunts and eagles? How we all doing?
This
Uh,
is so shit.
yeah, this is already scuffed, but we love it. How are we all doing? Welcome back to
I don't
episode
think we're actually
18.
live.
Episode 8. We definitely are live.
Okay,
It says
okay, yeah,
we're
we
live on
are.
the stream.
Yeah, we
Welcome
are.
back
Okay,
to
hello.
episode 18 of the Eagles Call podcast, aka the start of season 2 of the Eagles Call podcast. Now, right now, we do still have the same setup, but next week it's going to change. We got different art, we got different stuff going off. So it's kind of a vibe. Start season 2, and we're going to absolutely destroy season 2 through until, I don't know if I can win, maybe like June, July. Anyway, how are you doing, my friend Jack the Walshie? How you doing?
As per usual, very excited to chat about Assassin's Creed. Hello, Jack Mulligan, Amir, Ruben, Dan, and Bike.
Yeah,
Amir says
no,
you need to check some on Twitter before you.
we don't read out names unless they pay us. But don't worry, I've got
Well,
it.
not as always. Come on.
Don't worry, I've got Amir's Twitter DMs up constantly because he's sending me like all the information. Amir just knows everything about this game, so
He fully does.
that is quite lovely. But no, we're back, and like you said, we're talking about Assassin's Creed. Hopefully this will be the last time we have to talk about Assassin's Creed till March. No, I'm just kidding.
Definitely
just
won't
kidding,
be.
guys. It definitely won't be
100% won't be.
because this game has made me like Assassin's Creed again, and I didn't think I'd say it. I thought it would be the.
Do you not like Assassin's Creed before?
I thought it'd be the exact opposite. I thought this was gonna make me even less excited. I thought it was gonna make me pretty much give up on the franchise, and I was wrong. And I can say that I was wrong from that perspective. Because if you didn't know,
Yeah.
today is the Valhalla spoiler cast. So before we get into it, there will be plenty of spoilers ahead for every single aspect of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The main story, the Order of the Ancients quest, the mythical quest, the fucking everything else. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's fucking mad, isn't it? How sick is it to have a good modern day? It's been 9 years. Not
Okay.
just a good modern day, but a modern day. Like, how long has it been since Assassin's Creed has felt like a universe instead of just an anthology?
I
The
think-
amount of links to other games here are mental.
Yeah, I think we need to start off with that straight off the bat, because the modern day of this game is the best part of it, in my opinion. And I don't know if you agree with me there,
I would agree.
but it's
yeah.
the best part of it, and I think it's the best modern day we've seen since Revelations, honestly.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. I mean, the if you want to know all the links to the other games, if I can find the fucking thing that Amir sent me, it is ridiculous. Like, there's links to every single Assassin's Creed game in this game in some shape or form. Most of all, the most important one being the link, most important one in my opinion, being the link between this and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So do you want to get started off with that?
Okay. Fucking Eve. Awaken the 6th. She lies not within your sights. They did it.
They did do it.
Thing is, after Patrice was gone, you're like, right, that doesn't matter. That shit in the ground. But like Derby,
Yeah.
right? It's like there's no loose threads. If Derby like control over the franchise, you wouldn't have all these loose connections because he ties so much shit together.
Yeah.
And he forgets nothing, man.
Yeah, he
It's-
came in
That I
very clutch.
appreciate the fucking son.
I mean, when I entered the there's too many trees. Okay, which tree is that? There's too many trees in this game. Now that's an issue
Life
I
tree?
have. The life tree. Yeah. Yeah, sure. When I went in as Layla, right? The last thing I fucking expected was we didn't see Desmond. We saw the reader. But then we hear that classic Nathan Drake voice. We hear the boy. And then she's like,
Yeah.
Desmond? And he's like, Desmond? Who's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, which for some reason he always responds to his name like that, because we know it's basically confirmed now that the figure we saw in Brotherhood, in the truth, was Desmond in the Grey.
Yeah,
But for
that's
some
fucking mental.
but for some weird reason, in that game as well, he goes, "Yes, subject 17." Like he can't just say his name; he has to ask his name every single time.
Yeah, what I'm wondering though is
Yeah,
because like they went back on because Darby said that like Juno saying that Desmond was in the grey was propaganda. And he said
yeah,
that it was like she was lying about Desmond and Clay being in the grey.
yeah.
Surely that means that Clay is just fucking dead now, and that's like a wraps on him.
Probably, I'd imagine so. I would imagine
Yeah.
so. I also now that this game is out, everything that happened in Unity and Syndicate, I don't care about. Unity and Syndicate to me,
Yeah.
modern day wise, don't exist anymore because everything that happens in the modern day of those games is already wrapped up in comics.
Yeah, they didn't matter much. Well, Syndicate should have mattered when
Yeah.
they have like the fucking instruments plot line, but then it just
Yeah.
sort of does. Me, it's just brought up a great point. It's pissed me off.
Oh,
I
no, we'll
forgot his
get to it.
name.
We'll get to it. We'll
Oh,
get to it. We'll get
it
to it.
makes me so angry.
We will indeed get to it
I
because that annoyed me as well. But we will definitely get to that. But no, it's wild though because it's wild that the best part of this game just does come 50 hours in, at the very end. I mean, initially, when I was about to enter the final chapter, what's it called? Where Legends are Born.
Raffle. Oh, that's the name of the arc. It's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, when I went to talk to Sigurd, that is not in the slightest what I expected. So just entering that, going to Norway and entering that vault for the first time. I don't know about you, but that just brought me all the way back to 2009.
Yeah.
I immediately just got goosebumps, and it brought me straight back to the vault in Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, and the fucking music that plays, when like Layla's talking to Sean and Rebecca, it sounds so much like fucking Apple Chamber from Brotherhood. Because Jesper said in some interview, like he wasn't, I forget what it was, but he was saying he wasn't just making music for like this setting, but it was this setting through the lens of the Animus.
Right.
And that's what's always been so unique about his music. And you really, like the soundtrack feels, the modern day music especially. Yeah. We haven't heard shit like that since Brotherhood, probably. It's mad.
Yeah, the soundtrack's fantastic. I mean, I think it does annoy me slightly that they didn't bring in someone to do some more longship shanties, because I've heard the same like 3 songs on the longships over and over again, and it gets quite annoying. But no, yeah, the soundtrack does perfectly create atmosphere in that scene, and that entire it's about an hour long from the moment you finish Winchester, or you finish Nottinghamshire in my case. The moment you finish that, it's like an hour. We'll get to that as well, because that still annoys me, and no one seems to get why that annoys me.
I get it,
but anyway, no, that entire, it's like an hour and a half straight of just pure, unadulterated Assassin's Creed content, and it was fucking cinema, to say the least. I mean, I literally finished the game. What time is it? I literally finished that scene less than 8 hours ago. So I'm still kind of getting it all set in my mind. Yeah. So I've got to ask. I don't even know if you can say like a favorite thing about it. But what is it about the modern day specifically that gets you? Is it the fact that they've opened up a new story? Is it the fact that they've closed off this past story? Which part to you is the best thing they've done?
I feel like a lot of it isn't like a specific thing. It's Assassin's Creed. It's just indulging Assassin's Creed, like having all this shit that's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Where it's like you've got Adam and Eve back, and you've got these weird Isu plot lines, all this shit. Because Assassin's Creed for so long has been about accessibility rather than like appealing to your existing fan base. Yeah. But with this modern day, a lot of it's shit you wouldn't get unless you've been with the series or like you really understand the series.
Yeah.
And that I really fucking like, because modern day really has been so minimal in the last few years, where it's like anyone can pick it up. But then when you have shit like Adam and Eve, you have these new like types of one-time sages and all this shit, where it's like you're not gonna get it if this is your first AC game, or it's not treating you like you've never played one of these games before. Just Assassin's Creed, indulging in Assassin's Creed, having all these little references, all these retroactive little like lore additions.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's the first time in years where it feels rewarding to be an Assassin's Creed fan. You know,
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that was it. Again, it just brought me back to those days where I was actually interested in the series. You know, where I was like, oh, what could this possibly be? I started looking up shit, googling shit, learning about Norse mythology, since everyone says I don't know anything about Norse mythology, and that's something that I think it does so well. Is like it makes the player actually interested in all these little lore bits, and it makes people go search out. So hopefully, what this will do is lead people to past games that maybe they've missed. You know, people who jumped on with Origins and Odyssey, maybe they'll go look back at the Ezio collection because they're interested by this story that is, you know, constantly hinted at throughout the game with Sean and Rebecca, and what happened with Desmond if they don't already know. So, I mean, most of the people who play these games started in Assassin's Creed 3, to be fair, but so they would know about the first Toba catastrophe.
Yeah.
But still, hopefully, it can lead some casual players to look back and discover the lore that we already fucking know, like the back of our hand. Oh, it's gonna destroy my history of Assassin's Creed video, though. Darby, why would you do this?
It's only another few minutes, really.
Yeah, probably. But no, because everything I've written so far is like the entire history of the Isu, essentially.
Yeah.
But now the entire history of the Isu has this massive storyline that I have to stuff in. So we'll see.
Oh no.
We'll see how that goes.
Me has raised a good point there.
Yeah.
Like, there's things to dislike in Valhalla that are like valid. But you're saying about how people on like Reddit's like the Odyssey subreddit say like they don't like the shit with like the Isu and the modern day. And this is what fucking annoys me. Valhalla is pushing more Assassin's Creed shit to the forefront, and people are saying I don't like this because for so long Ubisoft have been making games to appeal to people who don't like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but people on
If
Reddit
you don't like
really,
the modern day.
people
Yeah.
people on the Assassin's Creed Odyssey subreddit aren't really representative of the majority of players, you know?
Oh yeah, sure, but it is a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like for years, people have said I don't like the modern day or the Isu shit, and it's when you say like I don't like this and that and this and that. Eventually, you don't have Assassin's Creed anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
No?
Realistically, ideally, Ubisoft will see that and just they won't care, because people like you and me have been playing the games, right, with the exact opposite. So most people are like, oh, I like 95% of the game, but I don't like the modern day stuff. And then we're like, oh, we love the modern day stuff, but don't like the other 95%. So hopefully they'll see that and just continue to do, because at the end of the day, like, Valhalla's modern day is incredible, and it's got a lot of stuff condensed into it. But at the same time, it's still small enough, and it's still like packaged as a separate experience almost, that people who really dislike it don't have to take it in the same way that they didn't have to really take it in with like the earlier games, like Brotherhood, for example. The average player who just wanted to play a historical game could just play up to, you know, the end of Ezio's story in Brotherhood and then not finish with the Desmond shit. And even then, that part is only like 20 minutes long at max. So if they just continue that way, but still are able to tell an actual story, then that'd be ideal.
Yeah,
Because
pretty much.
It's,
but like,
it's nowhere near a balance of modern day and historical, you know, and it
well,
shouldn't
not at all,
be.
no.
It shouldn't be. So if people really aren't a fan of the modern day, they don't have to partake in it. They don't have to go do the mythical stuff. They don't have to go find all the anomalies. They don't have to, you know, do all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what a lot of this game is. It's compromise, because Valhalla to me feels like I'm still not a fan of the series being like this RPG, but it's like you're gonna do an Assassin's Creed RPG, like there's a lot I don't like, but this feels more like what you'd want an Assassin's Creed RPG to be, rather than something that's as derivative, and uninspired as an Origins or an Odyssey.
Yeah.
It feels more distinct than those two.
Yeah.
Like it still takes a lot from The Witcher 3, but it feels more like Assassin's Creed RPG, if you know what I mean.
Maybe that's what brought me back so much, is the fact that they've somewhat innovated with this game. Now, it's not a lot. It's not a lot by any means.
So?
It's not a lot by any means. But from a narrative perspective, there is a lot of stuff that you don't see that often. You know?
Yeah.
Like, the split narrative, for example. The narrative is split between, essentially, like 5 different lines. Because you've got Javi, you've got Odin, you've got Eivor, you've got Layla. Well, yeah, 4 then. Like there's so much non-linear storytelling that all converges on one point. I don't know, like it's something Assassin's Creed used to do so well, and you didn't really see it with many other games. Most games are just linear experiences that you go all the way through with one character. But with Assassin's Creed, it's like these varying characters doing these things completely out of order all the time. I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling. Maybe I've still not got it straight in my head. Maybe we're both just knee-jerking it. But
I've knee-jerked this game a lot. I've been really fucking up and down on this game.
Yeah.
Like even now, I feel like I need a good like month and a replay to get a full-on balanced view of the game. I do like it on the whole.
I think you're less of a fan of it than I am, to be honest.
Would you give it out of 10?
Right now, I'm at an 8 out of 10.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Would you say better than Black Flag?
I'm still undecided on that. But
my god! No!
But I think so. Yeah.
No! So many people think it is.
No, because here's the thing. It's got the same issue as Black Flag, which is less than ideal gameplay, amazing, incredible story. And although I don't think it does the main story as well as Black Flag, it does the modern day 1,000 times better than Black Flag.
Yeah, I totally agree.
But I think Black Flag is the perfect comparison for this game, because once again, right, with Black Flag, Ubisoft made the best pirate game of all time. With Valhalla,
don't give me this.
With Valhalla,
don't give me this.
Now, don't get me wrong. I know you don't like the fact that it's a Viking game, but it is probably the best Viking game of all time. The best Viking single player game, unless you want to talk about like fucking Skyrim's DLC. But even that doesn't count. So, like, they've kind of just done it again. Montreal 3 and Derby have just done it again.
Ashraf,
but I think
you've done it again.
No. I think
gotta give it a clap, Ashraf.
Shut.
Well done, mate.
Realistically, I feel the same way about this as I do as Black Flag. But
Billy, Amir, lads.
But I can't.
Fucking mad.
But
it's a good game.
I can't help but think that it is better than Black Flag. Yeah.
You boys are mental. Nah, in a year's time, 2 years' time.
Why don't you think it's better than Black Flag?
Okay. To be clear, I'm very enthusiastic about this. I have to reiterate, I do still like Valhalla. It does a lot of things that I fucking love. But Black Flag, right? To me, the issue with Valhalla with me is like the Assassin's Creed shit it does is really fucking good. And it is a compromise in a lot of ways. It's not the same 50-50 Black Flag is. But even when you aren't an assassin, you're like dressed like one, working as one. You're working your way towards their ideology, right? Yeah. And then in Valhalla, you've got an engine that doesn't suit it. Social stealth back, that is fucking great. Mm-hmm. But like the parkour's so linear, the combat's not meant to make you feel like one. Eivor doesn't become an assassin, even though that makes no fucking, at least their justification for it makes no sense. And I also do just prefer the story of Black Flag.
Okay.
A decent margin.
Okay.
That's discounting the modern day, though. I think the modern day in Valhalla is much better.
I get where you're coming from. But I do think that Valhalla's better.
Oh, you're fucking
I no
Joe.
no. Here's
Give
the thing.
it a
Here's the
year.
thing. I get
Give
where
it
you.
6 months.
I get where you're coming from with the assassin shit, because
Right.
I think at this point you care slightly more than me about that. Does it have good?
You just want to be an assassin
Does
in
it have,
Assassin's
yeah,
Creed.
and is it good at that? No, but its gameplay, its mission design, is much better than Black Flag.
You do not think Valhalla has better gameplay than Black Flag?
It has better mission design than Black Flag. It has on-par combat with Black Flag. It has slightly worse stealth and slightly worse stealth and parkour than Black Flag. But yeah, much better mission design.
The parkour,
much better
come
world
on, the
design.
parkour's not slightly worse.
Much better world design.
It isn't parkour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I do think it's better than Black Flag, but it doesn't.
Mental.
Again, we're not here to compare the
fucking
games.
hate this.
We're not here to compare the games. We're just here to talk about this. And you spoke on an issue that I also have, which is the Order of the Ancients quest, which I'm not doing. Hey man, I'm not doing it. I can't do this accent.
Hey man, I'm not fighting fucking frost giants. I won't do it.
The thing is, I will eventually do the Order of the Ancients side quest.
Yeah.
But I have 28 members of the Order of the Ancients to kill. All 8 zealots I have to kill.
All of them at least have something. All of them have at least a sick assassination, a decent bloody fight, a decent confession. It's quite good.
Yeah, I do think it's a good system. The end, though, is bullshit. The end is...
He's fucking bollocks.
The end is the biggest cock tease of all time. Biggest cock tease
They're
of all
fully
time.
just saving it for DLC because that makes no sense.
Oh yeah, they are. So basically, you've got the quality cutscene with King Alfred. Gives some closure to his story and sets up the creation of the Templars, which I did call. You know I called this before I finished the game. I said that to you. I was like, you did. I called it, but anyway. So it sets up the creation of the Templars. That's fantastic. And then you get back to Ravensthorpe, and you talk to Hytham, and you're like, I killed. I spent. Now, if you're talking about Eivor's actual life, probably spent at least a few months to hunt down like 50 men and women, right? Probably at least a few months. So I spent at least like 6 months of my entire life hunting down these people just because he asked me to. I hunted down hundreds of people across the entirety of England. And he's like, oh, thanks. Maybe you could we could talk and I could explain the creed to you and we could have a chat about you joining the Hidden Ones. And Eivor, who's gone through this journey where she's realized that, Valhalla isn't fucking real. She's realized that fighting for glory is not all that's important. Eivor, when offered to join the Hidden One, goes, you know what, mate? I totally would, but I kind of want to be famous, bro. Aha! I kind of want some clout. I kind of want some clout, bro. So I'm gonna say no on that one, and then you get no more closure. You get no more closure for the entire game. It's rough.
This is the thing, right? It starts. It's 872, right? You get to England. Might be the same year, maybe 873. That's when they said it'd start. So it's at least 5 years because the Guthrum prologue, that historically happened in 878. So it's at least 5 or 6 years, right? Okay. Hunting down these people. And you have that fucking scene where it's a great scene. And Odin's like, come on, you could stay here and have wisdom, honor, glory. And Abel says, nah, I want everything else. Yeah. And then she says, I won't join the Hidden Ones because I want some fucking wisdom, honor, and glory. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
What sense does that make?
It is really odd. It's really bizarre.
Imagine if at the end of AC2, Ezio's like, killing you will bring my family back. Just stabs Rodrigo and fucking leaves.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's
why?
It's very, very strange. Or if Edward sold off his daughter for a new a new set of sails.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's he went to
Yeah.
the he went to the ship captain, the horror master, and he's just like, hey, like, you want my kid, bro?
Fucking kills at a boy 'cause he wants his robe. Yeah, it's so dumb.
It's a bit fucking strange, but it's very clear to me that they are saving it for the DLC. Because they wouldn't have done that if they were
At least have a good reason for it. Though.
Because-
Be like, oh,
Nah.
I have a duty to my clan. No?
that would have made more sense. Here's the thing. The DLC in Paris takes place 8 years after the end of the game, right?
Yeah. Is it 88 it happens?
Either way, it's after the end of the game. So the way I see it, the DLC is going to be the final chapter of Eivor's
7-8 years, yeah.
of Eivor's story. The actual final chapter of Eivor's story.
It should be like late 30s, but then.
Which, you know what, I kind of like, just because I'm one of those people who hates playing post-game content if it doesn't make sense narratively. But yeah, so I think we're going to see closure. I think she is going to become a hidden one at some point. Because...
Yeah.
They
But
wouldn't,
that's so
they wouldn't do
bollocks
that.
the way they do it, because they just stamp on all this fucking development Abel has in the epilogue. Where, like, all that dialogue she has with Guthrum, where she isn't as hasty or like, it's so fucking stupid.
It's just an excuse.
There shouldn't be an Assassin's Creed game where you're not an assassin. It's so stupid. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
It's just an excuse. At the end of the day, it's just an excuse to hold off to the DLC. We'll go to France, and since they set up that the Templars,
it'll be less natural then, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, and since they set up that the Templars are essentially being set up in France through the letters in Alfred's office, I think we'll see some real development and some actual fucking assassins, which will be nice. Because in total, if you want to count them up, if you don't count Sean and Rebecca, there's one assassin in this whole game, and he's not even a fully fledged assassin. He's a trainee, and his name is Hytham.
I kind of like what they did with Basim though, because like we all liked Basim from the get go, and we're all like trusted him. She's like, oh shit, it's the first Levantine in fucking years.
That took me so off guard.
That was cool.
That took me so off guard. Yeah. Oh my days, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's why I can't put this above Black Flag, or say that it's a good Assassin's Creed game, because I know Assassin's Creed is about so much more than being a Viking.
But is it a better game than Black Flag though?
No, I would say no.
Oh, fair enough.
Black Flag feels far more concise to me. Like, I'd much rather replay Black Flag, but like to me, you can't have a good Assassin's Creed game not be an assassin, especially when it like actively shits the character's development, when the gameplay side of good social stealth isn't centered around being an assassin. It's like when you're not an assassin and the gameplay isn't that centered around it, you can have as much good modern day shit as you like.
Yeah.
You can't call it a good Assassin's Creed game. I don't think it's a bad one either. I think it's this weird conflicted middle ground.
Sure. But it's a good game though.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's a good game. Like, as an Assassin's Creed game, it could have been so much more.
Yeah, it could have. I mean, in my first video about this game 7 months ago, I said that it shouldn't be called Assassin's Creed. And look at that.
Look, this is what a spin-off would be if you were going to do an Assassin's Creed spin-off.
Look at that, guys. Shout out to everyone who commented, being like, "There's social stealth. There's actually going to be a couple assassins in it, guys. It's fine." No, if you want to look at it from the perspective of being an Assassin's Creed game, it's not one.
No.
It's not one in the slightest. But it is what it is. I mean, I enjoyed my experience with it. You know? And if you don't, if you just remove that, it's not even a cutscene. It's just one of those shitty dialogue sequences with Hytham where Eivor goes back on her character development.
That left such a sour taste in our mouth after the epilogue showed change in Eivor, and you have the really cool shit with Alfred. and all those like really cool confessions. And then I was like, no, I haven't learned anything over the last 70 hours, and no, I don't want to be an assassin in this fucking Assassin's Creed game. Piss off! That is such shit.
I gotta say, the Hamptonshire arc itself was pretty fucking anticlimactic. It had some great moments of closure character wise, but holy shit, like I didn't really expect. I thought they were gonna like go to the Isle of Wight and we're gonna do bits and hunt down Alfred or something. We just raided one village and then took control of the entirety of England. It was a bit strange.
Yeah. I like the game, but it does have its share of issues, man.
So arc wise,
yeah,
I'm gonna start off first with the arcs that you liked, because
we rank those.
Maybe later, but
cheeky Assassin's Creed rank.
Yeah, I think now we just go for which ones did you like the most.
Okay.
Because I've got them very clearly split into camps of ones that I do like and don't like, and there's no in between. I don't know about you, but
right. Well, for me, let's rank them. Okay. Last place, Essex. Dog shit.
Yep.
Nah, Asgard 1, actually. Asgard 1 is fucking shit.
Sure, yeah, that's fair.
Asgard, Essex, like Lincolnshire? Yeah. And then I'll probably go Yorkshire, Nottinghamshire, Cambridgeshire, Leicestershire. Nah, East Anglia before Leicestershire. No, before Cambridgeshire, actually.
Which ones do you like? Let's start with
those.
No,
we're doing it right. I'm halfway through now.
We don't. Okay, we're not getting any.
Oxfordshire.
That's fine.
No, Kent before Oxfordshire. Oxfordshire. Vinland. London. Jorvik. Winchester. Guthrum one would be I forgot that. That's a shit one. It's not shit. And I'll go the big last one. And that's it. No, Sussex. Fuck, Sussex is probably like the 5th best. There you go.
Okay. Cool.
There's an on the fly ranking.
Cool. So do you wanna explain any of those choices then?
Yeah, I will. Essex.
Well, Essex just sucks.
As Amir says,
So
it would make sense if it's there for the Paris DLC because what's her name goes over.
Yeah. And myself, similarly to Amir, did it after Sussex, which
was a mistake.
Killed the pacing. But again, we will definitely get onto that later because I have a lot to say there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very bad and went on for too long. Along with, Nottinghamshire also went on for far too fucking long. And I was skipping
I kind of like Nottinghamshire.
I was skipping all the cutscenes in Nottinghamshire, and it still went on for too long.
It's kind of good. Philly's a nice little game.
Philly's a decent character, but I didn't care about any of the actual like connections that Eivor had with any of the characters because none of them had been introduced to that point. They were just like, "Oh, remember your old friends, Hemming Jarl? Yeah, let's go see them. You definitely have a connection to this dude that dies as soon as you get there. Like it's not very good."
Yeah, that was an issue with me for like different reasons. I was like trying super hard to be invested in a lot of these arcs, but after Oxfordshire, there's like a clear main story. Because we're having this like Icelandic saga thing. You don't go from point A to point B.
Yeah.
You move from A to B and do all these little detours.
Yeah.
Some of them are like welcome, like London. Then you've got like, I don't know, fucking Essex, for
East
example.
Anglia.
Or Yorkshire.
There's a lot of stuff that's very just unnecessary. And one of the big selling points for a lot of people of this game was, oh guys, you don't have to grind side content to get through this game. But
you have to grind main content. It feels like a grind.
What they did is just they took all of the shitty filler side content on Origins and Odyssey and put it in Valhalla. And it's like
it's not on that same level.
Yeah, I know, but it's still a lot of Valhalla's main story doesn't need to be a part of the main story, you know? Even some of the alliances you make don't even show up at Hamptonshire. So it's just unnecessary, you know? Like if there was a pathway where you could go through the main story straight up, and then like to unlock Hamptonshire, maybe you had to do the rest. So like to unlock Hamptonshire, you would have to do like Shropshire, East Anglia, Essex. That would have made sense. But instead, I'll spend 1 or 2 arcs getting really intrigued and invested in the characters and the plot moving forward, Sigurd and Eivor's relationship, etc., etc., and then I'll be forced to go off and fix a marriage or something in Essex, and it's like, why am I doing this? And not only does it kill the pacing of the story, but it kills my motivation to play the game, because I realize that I'm going to have to spend the next 6 hours doing stuff I don't want to do just to progress the bloated story. And at the end of the day, there's very few games that do justify 50-hour stories. I'd say Red Dead 2, The Witcher 3, and that's about it, to be honest.
That's all I can think of. There's probably more.
Probably, but the point is, the games that you put 50 to 100 hours in, it should be 20 of those hours should be mandatory. The rest should be, I'm playing this because I want to, because I'm invested, because I care, or because it's just generally fun. And I found for a lot of Valhalla that I wasn't having that, you know? I think most of the arcs as a whole are good, if not great. But there's a fair few that stumble, to say the least. And they always come at the most inopportune times. I always found myself being stuck in an arc I didn't want to do straight after a massive story point, you know?
That's exactly it. It's Ubisoft feel the need to make all of their games like this fat fucking. A game doesn't need to be 60 hours long, worth 60 quid. Thing is, as much as I like some of these, like I like Yorkshire, I liked Gloucestershire, I like Shropshire. It's like, I'm doing these things that I like instead of these things that I love and I'm invested in and feel like should be the main focus.
It does feel like maybe even if there's an option to switch it, so like instead of having to do those before you can reach the end of the game, you have to do those before you can reach Hamptonshire. I think that would make far more sense.
That would make,
because there's no reason that you have to do East Anglia and Essex before you
East
go.
East Anglia is sort of rooted in the story though, because you've got the gamers attacking the settlement.
I suppose, but the point I'm trying to make is there's no reason that you have to complete quite a few of those arcs so that you can go to Norway with Sigurd, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Nottinghamshire had no effect on my relationship with Sigurd or us going to Norway to finish the story.
Yeah, this is why it hasn't nothing on Black. One of the reasons it has nothing on Black Flag to me is because Valhalla's nowhere near as concise. It's like Valhalla has a lot of fluff, and it's very good fluff, very interesting fluff. The main shit, right? The main fucking 3-course meal is sick, and that's what I want. But with a Black Flag type thing, everything plays into Edward, his relationships, why he becomes an assassin. With this, so much of it just feels pointless. And I hate games that waste my time. That's and it's fair. Like, even if I'm enjoying wasting my time, I'm still having my time wasted. It's, you know.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's... I know it's hard to say objectively, but I don't think it's as an objectively bad flaw as, like, Origins side content. Because I do see
for sure.
I do see how you can pick up Valhalla and play it over the span of like 3 months, right? And you know, just drop in and get these little condensed stories. It would almost act as like a running TV show, as people have made comparisons to. But the thing is, I guess it is a more personal thing that's never what I look for in a game. And it's especially not what I look for in a game where I'm very focused on seeing what happens at the end, you know? So, it's an issue. I think an issue that's more fundamentally terrible is the alliance map and the power level system.
The wind calls me back to Randvi. Best tell her the good news.
Randvi's a slut.
You didn't fuck Randvi, did you? You did, didn't you? You told me this.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do your boy like that?
Don't know.
He did on accident.
What do you?
Like,
Yeah, sure you did. Sure, okay.
no. Because the thing is,
Yeah.
afterwards, I was like, you can talk to Ranve.
Yeah.
There's an option to like talk about relationships. Your two options are either to like say, "Oh, I like you also," or to be like, "Oh, go fuck yourself." And I thought she'd kill herself or some shit
Right.
after the Cambridge rocks. I was like, "Oh, did that," and then I broke it off.
Yeah,
But that's if you fucked Ranvi, fuck you. You're a home wrecker.
That's just a reflection of your past relationships. You thought she'd kill herself if you said no.
Shut the fuck up. Right. Okay. Assassin's Creed.
But no, yeah, I did. Because that was one of her main character points from the very start of the game, was that she was dissatisfied with the relationship and wanted to escape.
Yeah, I get that, but like, do you really have no loyalty? He was like one consistent character trait.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Do you have no loyalty? You got the bad ending, bro. You got the bad ending.
Oh no, I got the bad ending because I denied Dag his axe.
Yeah.
He stood up to fucking Sigurd when he was being a tyrant.
Yeah.
Right, which is fair enough. And I did some other shit, but I was never disloyal.
So it was pretty disloyal to me, bro.
No,
I must say.
I'd rather be. Nah, I'm just not blindly following Sigurd. And I'm not going to fuck his wife either. That's fucking horrible.
Oh, the alliance map, yeah. So, I tweeted this out.
I want to see the alliance map.
I tweeted this out the other day. And a lot of people seem to misconstrue my point. So, basically, when you get to the point where the options left are Winchester and Snottingham, I'm calling it Nottingham, that's a dumb name. Those two arcs have the exact same power level. And around the same...
I told you not to do this.
I don't care what you told me. And around the same time, Hytham comes to me and goes, "Oh, there's a Templar in Winchester. Please go and kill him." Now again, they are the same power level, so you have the choice, right? So I decided.
So you bit a fucking joke.
So
I get what you mean.
The clear next narrative step that the game provided me was to go to Winchester. Now, sure, okay, I did the wrong thing, and so I went to Winchester, and the pacing picked up, and then I was forced to go to Nottinghamshire, and the pacing was completely ruined, right?
Surely you anticipated that, though. We spoke about this before you did it.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. I definitely did. This was a complaint I already had with the game, so I wanted to confirm it for myself.
Yeah.
The Alliance
I can't believe you think this is better than Black Flag.
The Alliance map is dumb. Here's why. When presented with a choice for how you experience the narrative of a game, right?
Right.
There should not be the ability to choose a path which ends up with you not only experiencing a worse narrative, but experiencing a narrative that doesn't make sense tonally or thematically. The game provides you this faux choice. It's not a real choice because you have to, if you want to experience the game and for it to make sense, you have to follow a certain path. And they try and do it with power levels and shit. That shouldn't be a thing either, but anyway. Because like you can do Winchester very early on, and thematically, tonally, for Eivor's character, that wouldn't make any sense.
Amir has a point. It should be more linear.
Yeah. So
because it doesn't make fucking sense otherwise. But I did tell you to do this. You didn't do what I said, and you went and complained.
What I'm saying,
Joe, listen.
No. Because there shouldn't be a wrong way to play it. If you're gonna provide an option, there needs to be every option needs to be viable. And the fact of the matter is, the game provides it purely for the sake of providing it, purely for the sake of having a quote-unquote choice.
I would agree.
When there's not actually a choice. If you want... And this was the same with fucking Origins and Odyssey. Because they tried to do the same thing, level gating certain missions, so you did it in a specific order. If you want to tell a linear narrative, just fucking tell a linear narrative. They did it in the old games. They had sequences. The sequences went in order. Just put the arcs in order. It's so simple, and I don't understand why they wouldn't just do that, you know? Because having the alliance map, having the quote-unquote choices, does not provide anything to the game. In fact, it makes it actively worse, and it can it provides the possibility for a terrible experience, such as going to Essex after you go to Sussex, or going to Nottinghamshire after you go to Winchester. Those shouldn't be possibilities in the game, because there's a clear linear narrative that is there to be told. And if you really want to do it, at least make Nottinghamshire and Winchester different power levels so that you can fucking see, you know? So that is where my issue stems, and people defending it's indefensible.
Yeah,
sure,
I agree.
You can make the point that I made the wrong decision, and I did that slightly on purpose, but anyway,
it shouldn't be possible for you to make the wrong decision, though.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Anyway,
yeah, okay. And Amir has made a very good point there, that you can do certain arcs before others, and it will treat it as if you've done that arc. If you do the Winchester arc, there's spoilers for earlier arcs, like Sussex gets... It's fucking... Because there's clearly meant to be some sort of order. Anyway, Amir asked what we think of the Shropshire arc.
We might as well just have Amir on the podcast, to be honest.
Yeah, we could do a little Q&A at the end.
One day. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Coming up with podcast ideas on the podcast. There is a new aspect of the Eagles Call Season 2.
I enjoyed the Shropshire arc a lot. It was one of those arcs where it had nothing to do with the main story, but I was like, I'm satisfied with this, because I liked Shalbert a lot. I was interested in Ivar. I always enjoy getting to kill some Welsh dirty fuckers.
Wait,
it was a very good time.
No, the Shropshire arc, is that the one where you kill it, Ivar?
Yeah.
Oh, that arc is... Yeah, no, that arc's one of the most important in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
It's fantastic. Because that's the turning point for Eivor's character. Because...
I think so.
Yeah, because if we go back, I don't remember all the arcs and what happens in all of them specifically, but I'll just go back to story points. So, Sigurd and Basim are looking for this rock, looking for this woman Folke. They're gonna get the rock.
Folke's sick.
Yeah, that's true. They're gonna get the rock. Eivor, out of her anger towards the Saxons and somewhat towards Sigurd, destroys their chances of getting the rock by starting a fight, basically. That ends in Sigurd getting captured, beaten, tortured, and his arm chopped off. And then we look at Ivar, who has a similar name to Eivor, but I don't think that's on purpose. Anyway, we look at Ivar, who, out of his bloodlust, out of his rage to the Saxons, out of being blinded by his rage, kills his own ally, kills Chiobert, just to start a fight, just to, get his own way. Eivor sees a reflection of herself in that. One of her faithful allies is dead because of it. Sigurd could potentially be dead at that point in her mind. So she murders the fuck out of Ivar. And that's the turning point where her and Odin and their, mentalities, diverge.
At
least that's where it was for me. That's where their ideals to the world diverge. And that's where Eivor starts to break off from Odin. And
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's cool.
And also, it's accompanied with a beautiful scene. The Ivar's death is beautiful.
Did you deny him his axe?
I did deny him his axe. And I got
Did you deny Dag his axe?
No, I gave Dag his axe because it doesn't make any sense to deny Dag his axe unless you're just.
No, he's such a cunt though.
Unless you're just salty.
Yeah, he fucking was, because he's been a massive dickhead the whole game. And then when you kill him, everyone's like, oh no. Wow, we love Dag. Everyone acts like Dag's this fucking geezer that everyone loves. But there's never a point where Dag is anywhere near likable.
Apart from in the long ship.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but I mean, also, the choices I made, I tried to stick in line with, I guess, the narrative that I had made for Eivor in my mind. So
A lot of them feel like Eivor could go any which way, because Eivor's,
some of them do.
to me, is more of a blank slate than
Yeah.
every character before Cassandra.
I wouldn't. I guess every character before Cassandra, yes. There is more of a black slate element for sure. I'm glad that the choices don't have massive impact on stuff. It's just kind of the ending.
Yeah.
But to me, Dag was sticking up for what he believed in, even though what he believed in was blind dogmatism. I at least respected him for his passion and I did kind of.
I don't care about the passion. That's it.
No, yeah. Fuck's sake. So yeah, I gave Dag his axe, and then it worked out for the best, you know. And also, I thought that if I didn't give Dag his axe, then all the villagers would turn on me. Not gonna lie.
Nah, that was a lesson to me, because Dag question authority is fucking good, right? Dag was doing it in such a cunty, close-minded way, and he was such a bastard. He's just so unlikable. Like, no, I have no respect for this man. He's just trying to brown nose Sigurd.
I mean, I guess that's what makes it interesting. I guess that's what makes the decision interesting, because he is such a bastard, but at the same time, he is sticking to his morals. So he's clinging to his morals in it. So that's what makes the decision interesting. Like, if Dag had redeemable qualities, then it would be like massively easy to just be like, oh yeah, I'll give him his axe. Of course I will. But Dag has no redeemable qualities, so.
No, he fucking doesn't.
Like, you have this urge to not give him the axe, but then you're like, but I should. It's the right thing to do.
A little fucking home wrecker on the moral high horse, though.
I can't believe that didn't have any consequences.
Sigurd... What a fucking run thing.
Yeah. Bro, after Sigurd came back, I walked in every day. Randvi just goes, hello, my love. Fuck's sake. And Sigurd never finds out. Even after...
Well, he does at the end. But then he's like,
they just break up, don't they?
We'll see, because I accidentally fucked Randvi.
Yeah.
And Sigurd at the end is like, oh, that was a betrayal, but I've not really got the energy right now, so it doesn't matter.
Right, okay. He's not done that
sort of it
yet, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But
did Sigurd come back to England with you?
He did, yeah. I got the good ending.
Well, don't pull this good ending bollocks on me.
But that is the good ending. So... It's the good ending and probably the canon ending. So
I hate that we have to debate what's canon and what's not. It's not a true AC game.
That's not a big deal. That's like Red Dead's endings, kind of.
No, but Red Dead clearly has a right end. Red Dead, they shouldn't give you the option to fucking go for the money.
Yeah.
Red Dead is that still pisses me off. It's been 2 years and still makes no fucking sense.
But again, the ending of Valhalla, whether Sigurd comes back with you or not doesn't matter, because you still end up in the same position.
Yeah, and he can still fuck his wife.
True, very true. I mean, that's the only reason I went back to England personally.
Oh, shut the fuck! That's so disgusting, Joe. It's fucking ruining this poor guy's relationship. Going through a mental breakdown.
It was already ruined, and they also had already broken up. So.
No, they hadn't.
No, but they did after the game ended. So.
No, but that's after you already fucked his. What? It doesn't matter. You fucking.
I was just really worried she'd kill herself.
Oh, that sounds really fucking white knight, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Not gonna lie. But you did make your Eivor look like yourself, so.
Yeah, I did. That's what I need to get a trim again, so I can truly look like my Eivor.
Or just grow out your hair. That'd work too.
Oh fuck no.
You know what's really annoying? I want to replay the game, but I don't have another 50 hours to spend.
Why don't you play a better game like Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag?
There isn't a New Game Plus in it, is there?
Nah, they'll for sure add that, but even then, I don't. New Game Plus wouldn't be of that much benefit.
Not massively, like this? No. I guess it depends what it keep you, because realistically, I figured this out pretty quickly. After you're about level 190, right, and you have certain abilities unlocked, you can defeat anyone in a fight. or any amount of guards in a fight. Once you have the slow motion after you dodge, and there's fucking another one, dodging like special abilities. After you have those two abilities, and you have like fully upgraded axes, you're literally fucking invincible. I did the Hamptonshire arc, which was suggested 340. I did that 200, and it was light. I didn't die once, so.
Yeah, what level are you now?
I think I'm like 212 or something. The power.
I'm 350. You pissant.
Jeez. Well, that's because you spent loads of time grinding like a fucking nerd.
I did.
I'll get to 350 naturally by playing the side content and enjoying it.
Yeah. Last night or this morning, I got top 5 best robes finished. It's not finished.
Let's go.
No, I'm shitty not.
Is there 5? I don't think I've unlocked 5 robes in the entire game, which brings us on to another fantastic part of the game, in my opinion, at least. Really like the gear system. Now, I don't necessarily like all the outfits, but I really like the way the system was handled. I
have my qualms with it.
Which are?
Transmog, mate. Okay.
I don't know what that means.
No. Transmog's where you can like.
Oh
use...
no! Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Because you know how like when you can hide a piece of gear, then you just got your fucking tits out. You can't like. I don't know. Well, I guess you don't really fucking. Yeah, I'm being a bit of so. I mean transmog more in the sense of upgrades because you can upgrade your armor.
Yeah.
Like there's one set called the Thane armor set.
Yeah.
Where both first 2 upgrades, it's red. The third, it's blue.
Right. Okay.
You don't know what it looks like until you upgrade it.
So you
would. I do like the gear in general. I like.
But you'd like if there was a way. It's the same with the Hidden Ones robes, like their original form are the ones we saw in the trailer that everyone loved, but you physically cannot unlock that original form because they come in the I've forgotten the names, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying there.
Yeah, but I do like the gear system. I like being able to stick with like I've played just with Varan's axe for most of the game, but then I switched to double daggers, proper assassin build. You know, that's quite nice.
Oh yeah, because you were.
Still think the combat's shit, but
you know that. Yeah, no, I stuck with Varan's axe the entire time because again, it just made narrative sense. And then got the Hidden Ones outfit. That's the only outfit I ever used. That and
the Mentors one. The Mentors one is lovely.
Yeah, how'd you get that again? For all the
literally, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just scattered about the world.
Yeah, it is just okay. Hopefully I'll find it eventually because I saw it in your playthrough and it's fucking beautiful.
That's my number 1 Assassin's Creed Valhalla outfit.
Yeah, it is.
Spoiler for you.
It is quite nice. I quite like the original Ravenclan armor though, to be honest. It was so funny though. Nice. I didn't realize I must have missed a pop-up or something, so I didn't realize I had the option to put it on. I thought there was going to be like a suit-up scene, so I went through like half of Norway just wearing the rags you start the game with. And it was just really really awkward. Like Eivor was just there in her fucking pajamas while Sigurd was like wearing his massive fur coat.
Yeah. So
but, yeah, no, the gear system is very well executed in my opinion. I much prefer just having singular like unique pieces of armor, pieces of
I agree.
Weapons. And I do quite like transmog, is that what you call it? Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
I do quite like that system. I would like some more customization as to the appearance. Like you said, I wish there was a way to just upgrade the actual attributes without changing the appearance, especially with the Hidden Ones gear. I also wish dye was in the game because if I could make the Hidden Ones gear white and black and red, like that's all I really want, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, those are nitpicks for the most part, and there are plenty things to nitpick about this game. Now, I have a question for you, which I realized I didn't ask in our last podcast, and I should have. So you are playing the game, and have played the game for the last 15 days, on an Xbox Series S, right?
Nah, I finished my playthrough on the Xbox One.
Okay.
And then I switched it.
But you have... okay.
Screen tearing is still an issue.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Is Okay, are the textures still fucked? On next gen?
Texture's fucked for you.
Yeah, the textures. If I climb a rock, the textures will take like 10 seconds to load.
Really?
Yeah.
I had that in like our Origins and Odyssey.
All right. Okay.
Sometimes I had that not so much with climbing, but like when you're coming into a town and everything's super like low poly
Yeah.
sometimes.
Also, did you have
I
the
did have a lot of jank though.
yeah? Did you have the ability to like send your wolf into battle, like Chewie?
Wait, where the fuck do you get this dog?
Have you not got Chewie?
No.
Oh,
No,
mate.
I
You're
want to call him
missing
the
out.
Wolf Gear.
First of all, it's a fucking sick ability. Even though it's not. So basically, when you call in the ability, at least on my Xbox,
Yeah.
a really low poly image of a wolf will just appear for like 10 seconds, and it has to load up just in the middle of battle. It's so funny. So what you need to do is go talk to the kids at the camp. Basically, that's it. And there's a little like open world.
Oh, well, you have to find Canute.
Maybe.
Oh,
They
'cause
take you into the woods, and then there's a hunter, or a hunter who used to live in the woods, and then there's a hunting wolf, a tamed hunting wolf trapped in his basement.
Nice.
And you got to keep it. And then the
Okay,
kids name it
Joe.
either Dwarf Cud Chewy or something dumb.
Yeah, we've hit the hour mark, so to mark this little milestone,
Yeah.
rank the Assassin's Creed games as of the 25th of November 2020.
Oh, bro. Okay. See, this is I can't do it. I can't.
I've
do it.
already written my new list.
Yeah, I can't do it right now. I don't think. I can do it in tiers if you want. I could do a tier list.
I want to get into like the nitty gritty though.
But I mean, there's only one debate to have, and it's whether it's better than Black Flag or not.
Oh, it's just not though, is it? Don't kid yourself.
It does,
Yo.
Also, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We've already had the conversation.
It matters to me.
It matters to you that everyone has your one singular opinion.
Yeah, it fucking does.
So moving on from there, though. Speaking of the kids at the camp, the settlement system, as we mentioned last podcast,
It's a bit dog shit.
yeah, it sucks. It's even worse that you can't fully upgrade it. From the very start of the game, when you hit England, the game advertises, "Oh yeah, do all the raids." So you do all the raids, and you look at your camp, and it's not fully upgraded. So that's kind of strange, isn't it? So you have to go out and find every single little itty bitty chest in the big wide world of Valhalla to fully upgrade your settlement, and that's stupid.
Yeah.
It's just
Raids aren't fun though.
raids. Grinding raids isn't fun, but I found that like
Even on their own though, in any combat situation, I don't focus on the combat. I just do my objective because I don't enjoy it.
fair enough. I quite like when I'm just riding down the river, and I come across a raid. It's like, oh, this will be a quick little bit, but I like hunting them down is pretty fucking boring.
Nothing on naval combat, mate. Black Flag, better game. Get in. It's so much better.
But yeah, that is really frustrating about the settlement system.
Yeah.
And also just lost interest very quickly. When I first saw
Yeah, and it's got nothing on fucking the camp from Red Dead 2.
Like
people comparing
you
it
know
to.
when Holger keeps coming in with like his little fucking debate. When that first when that first happened, I was like, "Oh, sick! This because that was something I talked about in my Ideal AC video, and I was like, "Oh, sick! This is gonna be like a dynamic thing." But it happens twice, and then you never have to resolve any other argument. Like that was very disappointing, and a lot of the characters are just forgettable. Like Gunnar, Ranvi, and Sigurd. Who else? And Alvis are probably the most memorable ones.
Ranvi would be forgettable if she wasn't in the game as much as she was.
I probably agree. I wish there was more.
Like Gunnar a lot.
I wish there were more missions with Ranvi. Big fan of Gunnar, even though he just disappears for like in his. Is that Gloucester? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In his arc, you go to see his wedding, and then he disappears for like 3 chapters, and just comes back at the end, which is a bit strange. But I don't know if you noticed that. But like the whole time I was playing that arc, I was like, oh, I just want to see Gunnar. Can I see Gunnar? And he just wasn't there the entire. So that was epic.
So fucking Reda. Can we talk about Reda, please?
Oh, Reda. Okay, I think you said Reddit. I was gonna cry.
We can talk about Reddit. Do you want to talk about Reddit?
We can talk about Reda. It made me so happy that his inclusion meant something.
Yeah, but you don't need him to have the fucking.
Well, yeah, no, but
still dumb.
He's a forced-in ploy to sell microtransactions.
Darby literally said in James's chat that like that wasn't his idea.
Yeah,
it's fucking there.
It wasn't
so they can do bloody hacker chests.
Yeah, it wasn't a choice. He was just there to sell microtransactions. But but at least
he's aged like 3 years over the past fucking 800 years. What?
But the thing is, at least the writers gave him a purpose and some quality stuff. At least they did something with the forced-in microtransaction seller. You know, it could have been worse. He could have just been nothing. But at least he tells kids these little stories of Bayek, and then you've got the letter, which is beautifully performed by Abubakar Salim.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That was gorgeous.
Yeah, thanks, Abu. I know you're watching the stream, mate. I really appreciate it.
You never know. You know, it's not just a stream. Yeah, it does last forever. That's why
scares
when
me.
when you read the chat, I'm like, bro, no one listening on Spotify can see this. And
no. But I'm not like it's not like a conversation. It's like I'm working off. I'm going into my own thing.
Right. Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rank the AC games, even though you're not, because I've written this whole script now.
So you just wanted to.
Okay.
There we go.
Shall I read the whole 6,000 word
You just
script?
love ranking things, eh?
I do. Okay.
Go.
Odyssey, Syndicate,
Okay.
EC3, Origins,
No.
Rogue.
No.
Wait, what are you knowing at?
Rogue being above Origins.
Both shit. Rogue is better. Unity, Valhalla, 4, 1, Revelations, Brotherhood, and 2.
Okay.
There you go.
Whoa. Okay, fair enough. I think you had Brotherhood over EC2. Anyway,
Ever gonna happen? It probably will.
I swear it did happen for like a week, but it just flipped back. Either way, yeah, that's exactly what I expected. You despise this trilogy of Assassin's Creed from a gameplay perspective, regardless of no one could have saved this for you. No one could have saved this for you. Nothing.
Well, they released the patch notes for Valhalla.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, right now. Yeah, but real quick, nothing story-wise could have possibly saved this game for you, could it?
No, that's the thing. Is I said this game was never going to be anything past like a 7, or that it would never be better than Black Flag, because it's on that shit engine.
Right. See, I
abhor that engine.
That makes sense. That's fair if that was just never going to happen for you. For me though, it massively outdid my expectations. So, I have to give it some praise where it's due. Anyway, patch notes. Is there anything important?
Yeah, I'll read. I won't read all of them. Yeah, I'll just go through the big ones.
You definitely don't need to read the entire patch notes. Don't worry.
What does that mean? Xbox Series X/PlayStation 5 performance. Xbox Series S quality. What the fuck does that? Okay.
Love when game devs just talking generics. It was like back in the days when I played NBA 2K. The game was fucking always broken. And they'd always release patch notes like, "Oh, blank thing is improved." Movement is improved, but they never explained how.
Yeah,
they never
yeah.
had any details. It was the
One
most
site now. I did a new background image to this. A lot of this seems kind of small. Added rune categories to the rune menu. That's useful.
Yeah.
Added a warning when.
Can't say I ever used runes.
Increased fabric limit to 82. What the fuck?
Okay.
Did fabric traders once the canvas reached level 6? It's got a balancing. updated gear quality and gear to their correct value. I didn't know they had like incorrect values.
This seems very like a lot of superficial stuff, to be honest.
This should have been in the game when it fucking came out. What do you want about?
Yeah, but you always say that devs don't finish their games before they release these days.
Why did they? Yeah, this game had so much jank. Why did they pull it forward?
For the Xbox, they were getting paid by Microsoft. That's why they pulled it forward.
Oh yeah, Ubisoft have no integrity, guys. I know it's hard to believe.
It
But,
is a shock, but the man who does have integrity is Darby, and you know what? I did underestimate him, despite everything. Bro, I still. Oh man, I've started to get emotional. Fuck's sake, I still cannot quite. I know I still cannot quite comprehend the fucking ending of this game, man. Do I think it justified 50 hours? No, I don't think this game justifies its length, and I don't want to replay it. I don't know if I'll ever replay it unless I'm streaming it, to be honest. But the ending...
I want to replay Black Flag already.
The ending has done incredible things. And oh my days, I underestimated Darby. And I'm willing to say that. I mean, he's written amazing games in the past, but I didn't quite think that he was gonna link back to every single Assassin's Creed game. I didn't. The Adam and Eve stuff. Oh, I'm still recovering from it. Because like I said, I finished the game like a few hours ago. Real quick, because I do have the list up now. Do you want to hear how Valhalla links to every single Assassin's Creed game?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, so AC1, you've of course got the Templar origin, and then 3 cities in the game have the 3 targets, which adds up to 9. That was a little homage to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I noticed that with the fucking leech woman, where it was like the Stefan fucking what's his name.
That was perfect. And there was another one that was like exactly like, I forgot what it is. It was in Jorvik, which by the way, Jorvik's probably my favorite arc. Not including like the end. Anyway, AC2, obviously you've got hearing Ezio saying "Who are you," which was lovely. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which also I didn't realize that was him for like and then I fucking heard it again in someone's video. I was like, oh my days. Anyway, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, you of course have the Adam and Eve plot. Assassin's Creed Revelations, you have Desmond's voice log and the Grey. Assassin's Creed 3, obviously you got the Grand Temple in Vinland. Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah, that was cool.
Now I don't get where they're coming from. Edward's reason for naming Hatham, which I don't think that's why. But anyway.
No, I someone mentioned this in James's chat before that like Edward could have named Hytham Hytham. Yeah. Because Hytham was like one of the first assassins back in England in like centuries.
Oh, maybe.
It's the Torres' speech thing because I saw Darby mention Torres' speech.
I'd have to go re-listen to it because I don't remember. And then Sage's origins. AC Rogue.
I think they made the Templar thing at the start of the game with fucking.
I get what they're talking about. I just don't remember what he says in the speech because Torres is a shit character. Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed Rogue, you have the tectonic plates and how the Eye and Yggdrasil impacts them, and the poor fellow soldiers are mentioned, and also the Order Sigil, everything. AC Unity, you got Sages, and then the Paris DLC. Syndicate, obviously, Eivor and Hytham apparently found the England Brotherhood together, or revive it. Codex pages are great. Also, Origins, you've got the Codex pages, and then AC Odyssey, of course, you got the Staff of Hermes. Trismegistus. So, yeah, that is incredible. Imagine writing a Viking game and somehow linking it to 12 games that aren't Viking games.
This is what every Assassin's Creed game should be, though. It should be a universe that isn't afraid to, indulge in its own fucking silliness.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm very glad because Origins was advertised as like a mini soft reboot. And story-wise, it kind of felt like that too. This feels like it's just completely reverting that. And it's like, oh yeah, we're digging our heels in. We are going back to our roots. We're going back to what made this series great, modern day-wise. And yeah, I'm very excited to see what's to come. Give Darby the reins to this franchise, and it will flourish. It will flourish. It will, bro.
Yeah, I still can't call it a good Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of whether you can call it a good Assassin's Creed game or not, if Darby writes the next game, and if it's developed by a good studio and it's made on a completely new engine, I know that's a lot to ask for, but that is the pathway we need to make this series as great as it used to be. And also, they'll still sell copies, just like they did with this. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the fucking next-gen game we've been talking about for so long now.
Yeah.
That's the next Assassin's Creed game.
I still don't think it's coming out next year.
I think it could do.
Not after this.
Ubisoft really don't have much coming next year, do they? They got Far Cry early in the year.
But they've got...
I don't know what they have in their fourth quarter.
The thing is, they've got a lot of like not overlapping stuff. I don't even know what you call it. But they've got...
Like live service games.
They've got like Watch Dogs added content. They've got Valhalla. Valhalla's DLC is running till fucking when? Like August?
Yeah.
It's running a long...
No, they said they suggested there would be a year 2 of content.
Yeah, so like I think they're gonna, because Valhalla's so long and then they're adding content on top of it. Yeah. I think they're gonna run Valhalla, Watch Dogs Legion, and Far Cry 6. They're gonna try and basically stretch those games throughout the entire year. And considering
they'll need a big fourth quarter release though.
Well, they might have something. Maybe it will be a new IP, but I don't think it'll be Assassin's Creed. Legitimately.
I mean, they could do.
I
don't know.
But yeah, or it could be a remaster as well. Either way, I'm so excited to see what we get next.
Yeah, and I think it's got to be another Montreal studio doing this, surely.
Well, yeah, every studio worked on this game apart from Quebec, so it seems like.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been every studio solidly for the whole 3 years.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I think that the next gen Assassin's Creed game has only been in development since 2019. Or, yeah. Yeah.
I think they need at least 4 years though if they're going to do a new engine.
I think it's going to come out at the end of 2021.
Personally. Do you think they'll spend 2 years on it?
No, that's 3 years.
They start in 2019.
Ah, yeah, fuck.
No, okay.
No. Sorry, end of 2020. Next year's 2021. Jesus fucking Christ, time goes fast. No, I think it's going to come at the end of 2022. I think...
Right.
Yeah. I think they're going to develop it for 3 years.
I think it'd have to be 4 years, though, because it'd have to be a new engine.
Yeah, they might have been developing the engine before that.
Yeah, so then it'd be 2018.
Sure. Okay. Sure. Yeah, that works.
There's no way
that works. Either way,
do an extra game in 3 years.
Either way, it's not coming out next year. I think it's going to come out end of 2022.
I think there's a 50-50, to be honest. They need a big third quarter release next year. If they're doing Far Cry this year, they're not going to do any Tom Clancy shit.
Splinter Cell?
I don't think that... If they were going to do something with Splinter Cell, I think they'd have done it already.
I mean, they've been adding him to everything recently, so you never know.
Yeah, they've been doing that for ages,
or just a new IP. That's also an option.
Need a big hit though, and they can't use Watch Dogs or Far Cry, and they don't develop those games in the same way they do Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
They're it's so cyclical.
Yeah, but I still think there's going to be a remaster next year, so.
That could be it. That's why it's a 50-50 for me.
No, I think what's happened is that a smaller studio's been working on a remaster of Assassin's Creed 1. Meanwhile, next gen 2022 is going to come out. But now that they've actually started a modern day story again, like they have direction. I'm just so excited to see what we see. Obviously. To see what we see. That's a fucking retarded statement.
Yeah,
or worded. Sorry.
What are your thoughts on Basim?
Pretty good.
What are your thoughts on his
I
attire when he shows up?
what do you mean?
No, when it zooms out when Layla's doing a message, he's wearing a wolf
Oh my
shirt, cargo
days.
pants,
Oh
and he
my
has a
days.
top knot.
Bro, for some reason it completely slipped my mind that we're fucking playing as Basim in the modern day. um I think you just meant as a character in general. Real quick. For an engine that doesn't really allow for very good visual acting, the mocapping
Mm.
of most of the characters is shit. Basim has a lot of nuance to his character that is amazing at foreshadowing, who he is and
Yeah,
his
but
true intentions. As well as that, we obviously get that scene where he explains the death of his son, which, in retrospect, yeah, should have realized that. Um,
mm.
but who would realize that at the end of the day? Anyway, also,
I realised it. James did on his stream. Everyone put it to you.
I didn't put it
We
together.
spoke about this last night. You thought Sigurd was Loki.
Yeah, I did. I did.
I don't know how you managed that.
What do you mean?
I don't know how you thought Sigurd was Loki.
Because he was fucking insane.
Like,
Because he was
two
insane.
insane people can coexist.
No, I know. What?
They're gonna have to be the same guy.
Why wouldn't I think Sigurd would be lucky though? Sigurd's some random Isu.
Because there's an absence of reasons to think that he's Loki.
Such as. Oh fuck! You said absence of reasons. I'm fucking dumb. No, I just because fucking why would I think it's Basim? I had no reason to think it was Basim.
Nah, because they have the same voice, the face looks the same, and then in the Animus anomalies,
Bro, did you watch? Did you watch me?
Get
Did you
clear
watch
as
me
you go.
play the Asgard arc? Do
yeah,
you really think I was paying that much attention to Loki?
but you didn't do Jotunheim, did you?
Nah. So maybe if I'd done Jotunheim and paid attention, then I would have put it together.
You
earlier.
watched it though, didn't you?
I watched it after I finished the main game. Yeah, so
Jotunheim was cool.
Jotunheim was pretty sick. But what I was saying was no, yeah. Basim, I think was.
Joe, I really need a piss. Can you just
Okay,
fucking
go on.
hold
I'll
on?
just speak.
This is why we don't do this live. Just give me a minute.
Don't worry, I do it every time. Basim was a beautifully acted and written character, and I think his twist works very well. Maybe it was obvious to a lot of people, but I'm terrible at calling it. Basim and Loki do literally have the same face. I do realize that, but also wasn't paying attention to Asgard, so should have probably put it together. Didn't. Also, why was Sigurd Tyr? And who was Uber? Oh, I don't remember who Uber was, but like some of the connections were just fucking odd. I guess Sigurd makes sense because Tyr is like not the god of war, but along those lines, he's a leader. He's a military leader essentially. And a lot of people look up to him. So Sigurd being Tyr makes sense. But then Uber was just revealed as someone, and then Freya was Valka's mum, a character that we didn't actually have any connection to. It was a bit fucking weird. Oh yeah, Halfdan is Thor as well. It was all just a bit of a mess. Hey, I'm just talking about how all the other Isu, how all the Isu were characters in the modern
Sif
day.
is Faravid as well.
All right, okay.
Sif is in the game.
That's epic. Oh, Faravid. Fuck Faravid. What a shit
that's
character.
so. What? Yeah, and we were talking about this before. Why is Freya fucking Valka's mum?
Yeah.
What is that?
I was just saying that. It's a bit strange. Halfdan is Thor, which, sure, yeah, that makes sense. But
As a hammer.
it's still like, I don't know. A question I've got is why did all the Isu reincarnate to the exact same point in human history, and 95% of them reincarnated to Norway, and then Basim just randomly ended up in fucking Constantinople?
I had this as well. Right.
Why? I
me-
don't quite understand, but I guess it'll be explained eventually.
It doesn't make. Okay, this is the thing with that. I think, like, those sages, their whole existence to me, the way I see it, is they exist to, like, fuck about with Valhalla's big theme of fate and fighting fate. Like, you know how Sigurd loses his arm as a
Yeah.
result of, I guess you could call it, of a betrayal on Eivor's part.
Yeah.
Like, you
Kind
got all
of,
that
yeah.
shit. It's like everything is fixed. And I don't know how that works within the confines of AC, because we've never really had like face be a set thing before.
But isn't that the point of the tree at the end? And there's like divert. Well, there's like Desmond said, there's hundreds of millions of different possibilities of ways things could go, but there is a finite number, and there is a set. So I saw it from the start. The point was that fate. There are hundreds of millions of different fates, and fate can be manipulated, but it is still there.
Guess it's like a catastrophe type thing where there's these events that are set to happen. Then why the fuck does Abel then get rid of? Yeah, this is weird to me as well, because Fate, like the series for so long, has had this like sixth sense and all these possibilities.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is a bit weird to me as well. It all feels very like it fits thematically.
Yeah.
But logically, it's a bit weird.
Well, no, because you've got the fixed points, which are the nodes.
Why would they be nodes though? I like the idea of the catastrophe being a node, but then that being it.
Well, yeah, but I think those are the most major things.
Yeah, like have the catastrophe, but then when you like start to introduce multiple nodes and multiple set events, I don't really like that.
Fair enough, I guess. I mean, it's gonna it eventually will start getting confusing if they start playing with timelines, but no,
they better not.
I think the whole
never do time travel.
I think the whole theme of fate worked, and it worked thematically with the series, and it did make sense because Minerva saw the fate of the universe collapsing and there being a second Toba catastrophe. But she didn't know whether the Toba catastrophe would happen or whether Desmond would stop it. So there was always that possibility, and there's and then like at the start of the game when we see the vision of Eivor betraying Sigurd, I mean, Eivor doesn't really betray Sigurd. It's presented that way, but like it's not quite as severe as we thought it would be. So
yeah, it's not as bad as in the fucking Harvey thing.
Yeah, so like
where he lets him like lose his arm.
Yeah, I might be misremembering some of the hallucinations, but I don't know. I think it's executed quite well. I'm scared about the diverging timelines and how they're gonna fuck lore, especially if someone
never do time travel is something like hardly anything gets.
Yeah.
There are very few series that can get it right, especially when you're introducing it this late in the game.
Yeah, I can't tell if they're gonna do time travel or not.
If I don't think Darby would, because Darby's not a fucking tool.
What? No, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work unless you introduce some weird ass Animus magic. Because
the game basically has that anyway, because the gender choice is bollocks.
The gender choice is part of the game.
Yeah, they worked back. They didn't. We knew that anyway.
The gender choice isn't
fucking stupid.
Isn't a thing, right? In lore.
No, it shouldn't be there anyway.
But it's part of the game. It's the same way that Altair doesn't fucking chop off the guy's face in Revelations, right? The gender choice is there
but that's quite
because
Assassins. Though.
No, but the gender choice is there because Assassin's Creed is a game. The canon story is very clear. You know,
like we're talking about, it's in canon that Layla can do all this shit as my label, and my label didn't exist.
No, but it's fucking it doesn't matter.
It's a massive lore discrepancy. It does matter.
It doesn't affect anything. It's not the same way that in Odyssey, if you pick Alexios, then Alexios shows up at the end in real life in a suit.
Right. Yeah, I agree it's not as bad, but it's still bad. It's still dumb.
I mean, you can make the argument that it's dumb. It doesn't fundamentally break lore, and at the end of the day, it is just a part of the game that is convoluted.
It's again where the Animus can do everything.
But that's not what it is. That's not what it is, though. Because if you pick the canon choice, which is let the Animus choose, then the Animus chooses.
But you shouldn't be able to pick a not canon choice as well.
But it's a game,
Like,
bro.
there's
It's a
so
game.
much. Joe, you sound like a Redditor now. You can't. It's a
What
game.
What do you mean? Does it have any effect on the story at all?
No.
So why
It's
why
not
does
the
it matter?
point, though. Because, okay, this idea that Layla can play as male Eivor doesn't exist.
Layla
just
can't.
because of
Layla
Eivor's
is not
hallucination.
playing as anything.
No, not play. You get what I mean, right? So I don't like how much grey area there is with the Animus.
Layla is Layla is experiencing memories. It makes sense.
But ones that aren't real.
What do you mean aren't real?
Because male Eivor doesn't actually exist.
This gets into a whole other conversation because you can debate whether any memories are real or they're just your perspective.
Yeah, but that's about genetic memories, and those have been established from day one.
Yes.
You shouldn't be able to relive memories that don't exist.
But the memories are personal to the individual. Memories don't exist outside of people's minds. And Eivor's mind had multiple fucking people in it. It had Odin and Eivor in it. Eivor is a female. Odin is a male.
Odin.
So
Odin didn't remember being. That doesn't make sense.
So she can
How that transpire into a male version of Eivor.
But this is where it gets into the point that it's a representation of the game, right? It's just a representation. Male Eivor never existed, but Eivor remembered certain things as a male, so it works and it's okay.
Then you're not reliving memories. You're fucking.
Jack. Memories, as established in the first game, are personal to the individual.
Reliving the event.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
I get it.
So you are not reliving You're not reliving history. You are reliving the memories. Eivor, with essentially, I'll just call it a split personality, could hypothetically remember things as a male.
Eivor doesn't think she's a man, though.
No, but Odin does. You're not just
We're talking about Eivor's memories.
But you're not just you're not just reliving Eivor's memories. You're reliving her and Odin's memories. Does that make sense?
The point.
Because
yeah.
both of their both of their DNA is in the Animus, so it makes sense, and it's fine. And if someone chooses to play as male Eivor, they won't get an experience that is canon to the historical timeline, but it still works.
That's
and it
fucking dumb.
It doesn't affect anything.
Gender choice doesn't belong in Assassin's Creed.
But it doesn't affect anything in this case.
Does.
No, this is a case where you just don't like it. With all due respect.
Oh, I don't like it, but I don't think it makes sense either.
But no, but the thing is, it does make sense. It doesn't make sense in Odyssey. It does make sense here. I get why you don't like it. I get why you hate it. You're an Assassin's Creed purist, and you hate the fact that there's gender choice. Because at the end of the day, it shouldn't be in the series, realistically, right? And in any old games, it wouldn't have been in the series. And I get why you hate it, but it does make sense. It does make sense, and it works. It works well enough that you can have it in the game, and it's fine, and it doesn't have an effect on lore. It doesn't have an effect on anything. So it's okay.
I think it does, and I don't like how loose the Animus is these days, but we'll get past this because we're not going to agree on this.
Yeah, I mean, it makes complete sense.
Joe, it doesn't. Let's fucking...
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Say... Okay. I obviously can't speak on anyone's experience. But say you relive the memories of someone who was transgender. And they saw themselves... Now, this isn't the same, but they saw themselves as a woman when their sex was a man. They were born a male, right? But their memories see themselves as a woman. Would that work?
Right. You wouldn't literally think you're in a female body, though.
Well, I
still understand what your body was.
Well,
because you're talking about something that's mental and how you feel, as opposed to like your actual body.
But again, when people remember things, they don't remember it from a 3D top-down third-person fucking game, and that's the point I'm trying to make. It's all a representation of the game. So in lore, Layla is seeing through Eivor's eyes, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if she has a beard or not.
It does. She's a fucking woman. Can we move on, please?
Oh my days. Anyway. It obviously wouldn't work again, and they need to not do it again. Unless you play as another sage or something. But, like...
I think it's the best way they could do it, probably. You can at least have a go at that.
Yeah.
Like...
What I was worried about was that they were going to constantly switch genders. But, because that... not, like, that would be a problem, it's just that it would have probably ruined my connection to the character slightly. Luckily they didn't do that, so... And it makes... Yeah, it just does make sense, so...
No, Joe, right, let's move on. Okay, let's talk about... Do you want to talk about to do with spoilers?
To do with spoilers. Oh, bro.
Yes, it's a spoiler cast.
Well, speaking of gender choice, how about Asgard then?
Oh no!
Asgard? Because the thing about Asgard is that's dumb. I think that's
Asgard 1 as well is so fucking boring.
That's an aspect that I think, and I get where they're coming from. Oh, it's how, Eivor can't comprehend the Isu.
Doesn't belong in Assassin's Creed, like gender choice.
See, that's an example of it being stupid, because in those moments when you drink the drugs, you are reliving Odin's memories, essentially. And Odin wouldn't... Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Regardless of that, the Asgard arcs aren't very good story-wise. Or at least
Jotunheim's good.
Yeah.
Like... Yeah, Asgard 1 is just...
Asgard 1 is not only terrible story-wise, but just fucking dreadful from a gameplay perspective. Every single mission is either a fetch quest or a really badly designed puzzle. And it's just dog, isn't it?
Yeah, no, not everything has to be a copy-paste of Assassin's Creed 1. Just because we don't want Asgard and gender choice in Assassin's Creed doesn't mean every game has to be Assassin's Creed 1. It means you want a series with some sort of sense... Oh, sorry, the fucking comments. It means you want a sense of some sort of identity.
We're not streaming, bro. Just think of it. Just don't read the chat.
Okay.
But that's correct. It doesn't have to be a copy and paste of Assassin's Creed 1.
It's so fucking dumb, and you get it. I've had this for the last few months where people think because I want an Assassin's Creed game that acts like an Assassin's Creed game, isn't just copying other shit and doing it half as well.
Yeah.
It means that I want everything to be the same. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. People are going to hate you after this podcast.
Yeah, because I don't think Valhalla is the best game to ever exist.
But you don't think it's very good, do you?
I think it's good, but I don't think it's a good Assassin's Creed game.
Okay. The thing is, here's the thing. I gave up on it being an Assassin's Creed game 5 months ago. So I guess
see, I'll never give that up.
So I guess where we differ here is that I'm just looking at right now is it's a good game with elements of Assassin's Creed that I love. Whereas you're still clinging on to hope.
No, it shouldn't be clinging on to want an Assassin's Creed game from fucking Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, no.
Stupid. Like the fact there's an Assassin's Creed game with Frost Giants where we don't play as an assassin, where parkour isn't a factor, is fucking stupid. It's not a good Assassin's Creed
on an
game
upside,
for
though.
those reasons and many more.
At least they're honest about it, though. Like Darby said, this wasn't an assassin story. This was a Viking story. So at least
Yeah, and that rubs me the wrong way as well.
No, that was nice to see, for me.
What?
No,
what
just that they're actually being transparent about it and just saying, yeah.
Oh
not.
yeah.
Because
transparency's cool.
That was the argument I was trying to make 7 months ago. And people were like, "Oh no, just wait till the game comes out. You'll see. It's an Assassin's Creed
Still doesn't
game."
belong in the series, though.
Sure.
Just because you're being honest, it's not an Assassin's Creed story.
Sure, but at least
I mean, it should be in an Assassin's Creed game.
But at least people aren't arguing that it is. No one's trying to argue that it is, apart from Ubisoft marketing, and not even them. Just the title. That's the only thing that's trying to argue that it's an Assassin's Creed game. And
a lot of people are saying this is the best AC game since Revelation.
Yeah, but when they say it's the best AC game, they don't mean it's the best game. They mean it's the best game in the Assassin's Creed
No, a lot of people
franchise.
are saying it's a return to form, which I don't really think it is.
It is, because it's much better than any game that has come in 7 years, arguably, because you think Black Flag's better. 9 years. It is a much better game. When people say it's the best Assassin's Creed game, what they mean is it's the best game in the Assassin's Creed series. Whereas you're taking it as it's good. They're saying it's good as an Assassin's Creed game.
No, a lot of people are though.
I've not seen much of that outside of people talking about the ending in the modern day.
I have generally. It's got a lot of good Assassin's Creed elements in it.
No, it doesn't.
It's like no, it does. Like the Animus anomalies are fucking cool. Modern day is really fucking good.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
the
gameplay.
Tone's really good.
I thought you were talking about gameplay.
No, gameplay not at all.
Yeah. No, but the reason that
it shouldn't be an Assassin's Creed game, and that's why I struggle to say it's better than fucking Black Flag.
Yeah, I again, I told you all 7 months ago, but I'm just glad that.
No, I agreed with you though.
Yeah,
because
yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying. I'm just
the
glad
elements
that people
of assassin fantasy,
yeah.
like being, there's a bit of that because you have social stealth. It is linear, but it's fun. Like it's not built to play like an assassin fantasy. You aren't even an assassin. I know it's deeper than that, and there's a lot of elements of like good Assassin's Creed shit, which is why I don't think it's a good or a bad Assassin's Creed game. It's an odd in between. Where people say like Odyssey would be a good spin-off, it wouldn't. This would be a good spin-off.
Yeah, I just hope people will stop trying to make the argument that it is good as an Assassin's Creed game, because
it's fucking not.
Because people were making that argument much more, and now Darby's straight up said it's not. So hopefully, because everyone takes Darby's word as gospel, so like on what is and what isn't. So yeah, I'm
not being harsh on it.
You are being quite harsh on it. You are being quite harsh on it.
But I don't see how that's harsh though.
No, you're being harsh on it because it's not what you want.
It's not just that. It's not what it should be. This isn't what an Assassin's Creed game should be.
Sure, yeah.
Fantastical RPG with fucking Asgard and gender choice.
I don't think I'd call it a fantastical RPG.
No, I wouldn't. But it has fantastical elements, is what I mean.
I'm somewhat okay with the inclusion of Asgard now. I think it's badly presented, but I'm somewhat okay with it because it does make sense. It's not just
I like Jotunheim. Jotunheim was the best use.
Yeah, it's not just there for... Because I thought it was... Originally, I thought it was a representation of a completely different Isu society. Like, I thought it was trying to say, like, Loki's a representation of Juno or something like that. And I was like, that's fucking dumb. I didn't actually realize that Odin was... I don't know if that was established before, but I didn't realize that Odin was an Isu. And the Norse gods as a whole. So, yeah. I'm somewhat okay with the Asgard inclusion, but no, I get where you're coming from.
I'm sort of not. I think tonally it's so fucked.
No,
I think just because it's a better Assassin's Creed game than Origins and Odyssey doesn't make it a good Assassin. I think it's far from a good Assassin's Creed game.
I'm saying I'm fine with the existence of Asgard and the inclusion of it.
Yeah, nah, peanut butter, mate. I don't hate the game. I like the game.
But his. I mean, I don't know if you had really high hopes. You had really high hopes publicly, so you could get a review copy. And then we both got
I didn't. I said it would be okay. I said it would be okay. I said it'd be like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I definitely think I'm higher on this game than you are. But But
Yeah, for sure.
we
I just want to play a fucking Assassin's Creed game.
the thing is, we both see it the same way from that aspect. I think I still see it the same way I did when I made that first video, which I've spoken about loads. But when I made that first video, where I was talking about how it shouldn't be called Assassin's Creed, I'm still kind of there. But
yeah.
But from that aspect, but going into it and just looking at it as a game with very low expectations, it was able to raise my expectations and include some stuff that I didn't expect, some stuff that we haven't seen the likes of in 9 years. So I guess, yeah, that pushed it up for me.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, as a game, I do think it is good.
It was quite funny, though.
It has to be a good Assassin's Creed game when you're going to use the name Assassin's Creed.
Just a little, we're going in circles here, but just a little funny thing that I noticed. I don't know if when you're in the Valhalla simulation, they tried to recreate, you know, the scene at the end of Black Flag when they're all sitting around the table drinking.
Oh yeah,
drinking
they
a
all
brew.
turned to fucking dust. Yeah,
and they tried to recreate that scene, or maybe that was the point. It was trying to pay homage to that, but then it crumbled.
I think
either
it
way,
was.
It was quite funny to me that happened. Also, Eivor got struck in the eye by an arrow once, and
oh yeah, because they were
yeah, like that was unnecessary. But anyway.
Yeah, I guess it was because they did Sigurd losing his arm. They're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
To do Abel's eye now, but it's
I mean,
rushed.
at the end
It's
of
alright
the day, this just makes me dream of what Origins could have been, to be honest.
Does it?
Well, yeah, because Darby was originally meant to write Origins. So
okay.
So Origins
okay,
essentially would have been this story-wise, but an origin
I think
story
this is better gameplay-wise.
It is better gameplay-wise, but imagine Origins with an origin story written by Darby.
Yeah.
And all this modern day shit, you know?
Yeah, it would be the same situation.
Yeah, like but it'd be Origins would have been much better with Darby.
Fucking any game would be, to be fair.
Yeah, I suppose he's quite a good writer, and the whole writing team, to be fair, because we give all the praise to Darby, but there was a team here.
Yeah.
How did you get the end credits? Is there end credits?
I thought there was, right?
Because they don't come after the end of the main plot or the epilogue. So maybe they come after the Order of the Ancient. Maybe they come after you finished all 4 main arcs, like main endings.
Definitely not after the Order of Ancients. I mean,
but anyway, maybe it's after you just finished everything. Then maybe I should have finished.
Because you can look at it in the menu. I know that much.
Okay. But definitely good game. A lot of people are knee jerking it a lot. I will give you this. People are knee jerking this a lot.
Fox on, yeah.
People are knee jerking this a lot. It's not a great game. It's not a Game of the Year contender. It's not a complete return to form. It's not a great RPG. It's just very good with many flaws. And I think I've still not quite figured out a title for it, for my review of it. Everything I've come up with is way too long.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's much better than like it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah.
With this RPG formula.
Yeah. So
I
far,
like it.
So far, all I can think of is like a far from perfect return to form. I feel like that's one too many cliches in a title.
For me, this is like wait for sale game if I ever knew one.
You think so?
Yeah.
I disagree. If I was just an average buyer, like if I wasn't super invested in the series, I would recommend you buy this, but spread it out over like 3-4 months. So you just always have this like. Maybe you get home from work and you don't have the time to fucking play Cyberpunk for hours, so you just quickly run through an arc in an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, but for me as an Assassin's Creed fan, okay, if I'm just a gamer, right,
Yeah.
I don't have the investment in Assassin's Creed and the modern day and the overarching narrative. I think the gameplay is just a bit shit. So like, can't really call it a great game.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I think the engine is too dog shit for
Hopefully,
this to be
I think
like
next time you should
a
definitely.
masterpiece.
Next time you've got to go with the legacy controls that me, Tyler, and Jazz have all done.
Yeah, by the time everyone started to make those, though, I was like 30
Yeah.
hours in.
Yeah, how the fuck did you play this game so fast? I'm sorry. You finished it in like a week. How did you do that? I do not understand how you did that. You finished everything.
Mate, how did it take you so long? It's 2 weeks.
Bro, it's taken everyone so long. You're the only one who's finished it in like a week. You're the only... maybe you and Ethan.
Ethan did it in like 4 days.
Ethan's a fucking machine. But anyway, no, yeah, how did you finish this so quickly? It's ridiculous.
It's all I wanted. All I wanted was a good Assassin's Creed modern day, and I got that, and I was very happy with it.
Yeah, it is wild. Like, if you've got this game and you're still playing it, and you have no reason to rush it, don't rush it. I think it's probably a much better experience if you don't rush it. And yeah, same with Black Flag. Black Flag Story, I think, is a better experience if you don't rush it. If you just play it at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, if you just play it not over like a massive span of time, but if you play it like one sequence, then let that rest, then do another sequence. Like
I think it's a good game to play in a weekend.
Playing a bunch of sequences in a row on Black Flag always throws me off because the pacing's up and down, and it's just
yeah.
Imagine changing Assassinate to Y. Why would you do that? Change Assassinate to X. It should always be X. Anyway. Yeah. So how many hours have you put in this game then? Since you finished everything.
I will check, actually.
Because I put...
How many of you?
To finish the main story, I put exactly 50 hours in.
Oh, shit, it was longer than that for me, because I did some side shit. I'll check now.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I think you grinded before Hamptonshire, or maybe before the end of the game. I did not grind at all. I never had to grind to gain power levels, which was nice. The suggested levels are way off, though. The suggested levels are like 100,
yeah, you've got a lot of
100 too high.
grey area there. It's nice.
Because
I have 82 hours, and I've done
okay.
most of the side shit.
Fair enough. That's not as much. I thought you'd have like 100 by now, but fair enough.
No.
But yeah, very excited. So what are your? Do you have any predictions for the DLC then?
Avor's gonna become a hidden one.
Yeah.
I reckon Paris one's gonna be all about like, building of the Templars. They became a major power over there.
Probably. Do you think we'll see the Unity Sword of Eden yet?
There's got to be some.
You'd think they'd have to, like the temple that we see.
Or they'll do something with like the Parisian assassins. That'd be rich because Darby is overseeing it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fair enough. Any predictions for the Irish DLC? That seems like a casual one.
Yeah, it sort of does.
That seems like a stream it in one day type thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, with the Paris one, my predictions: Eivor will definitely become a hidden one. She has to. And here's why. Basically, at a grave, if you go to a grave in the modern day, you'll see that her left hand is obscured. You can't quite see all the fingers. You can't quite see if all the fingers are there. So
there you go.
Yeah, she'll become a hidden one. Hopefully, she'll wear the hidden blade the right fucking way around. Yeah, it's gonna be sick. I think it's genuinely gonna be the best DLC we've seen since Brotherhood.
Yeah. Yeah, because I like rate DLCs as expansions to the game, so I don't think about like gameplay and that. I think about how they expand on the game, and if Paris is what we think it'll be, that'll be fucking sick.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm just excited to traverse Paris as well, because it's gonna have Also, something that I can really respect, because as much as the movement system is fundamentally broken, the level design and the world design of Valhalla it's quite good. it's very clear that they built the cities around the missions and around the story, as opposed to the other way around, where they just build these cookie cutter cities, and then you just have to find a way to traverse around them. So like there's very clear points where the designers put in points for you to do parkour, and at points it can work. There's one Animus anomaly that I got stuck on where you have to like slide down a ramp, and they did it so you jump onto another ramp, but it doesn't automatically jump for you, so you have to fucking spam RT. It's so dumb, but at least they tried. You know, it's very clear that every dev team put in all they had to try and make this the best game it could be on the engine. You know.
Yeah, that's sort of what it is.
Apart from whichever
Valhalla's the best it could be, I think.
Yeah, apart from whichever dev team made the fucking raids. Those are all the same. But no, I'm genuinely... This is the first game in a while that I've been excited to do the side content for. I'm excited to explore. I've left almost all the world events for post-game, so I'm gonna stream that, bit of tying up loose ends. And yeah, it should be a very, very good time.
I'm thinking if there's any other story bits we need to talk about.
I mean, there is fucking. We could go in depth on every single arc, to be honest. What do you think of Sigurd and his relationship to his father?
Oh, I see. The Sigurd shit was what I was most interested in.
Okay.
See, I want to know more about how. Okay, because even with like the regular sages with Aisha, you had different sages who knew different amounts about Aisha and had different like memories and shit.
Yeah.
Well, because I want to know about how that works with these new like one-off sages, because Basim is basically Loki in terms of characteristics and memories.
Yeah.
Sigurd starts to get these like memories and shit, and like Fulke awakens them, and then Eivor is constantly fucking slapped over the head with "Hey, you're Odin." Doesn't fucking get it, and wonder if it's age, because Basim is clearly the oldest. Sigurd is 4 years older than Eivor. I don't fucking know. That's what I'm interested in. But yeah, Sigurd was cool. I thought Sigurd has the most interesting arc to me.
Yeah, with his dad. What about his dad?
The shit with his dad was quite good. I thought.
Also, I do wish that there was a bit more of a conclusion to Harold. I feel like that was left.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
That was left a bit open ended because it felt natural that we were gonna go back and like retake part of Norway at least a little bit, or get some revenge or something. And it was kind of just left up in the air, like we never really saw him again. So
yeah,
I guess that's just an example. Like, I guess it was just left in peace, eh?
Yeah, anyway. I guess so.
Yeah. But nah, very, very, very well written game.
Yeah.
That has its flaws. Yeah. Very
plenty
flawed.
Of them.
Very flawed, but very good.
Give us your closing statements on Valhalla, then.
My closing statements on Valhalla.
You need to re-rank the series as well.
That was kind of it, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's just very good, but very flawed. There's not much else to say, really. So yeah.
All right.
How about you?
That's fair.
Go off, sis.
My thoughts, like, solid 6, low 7.
That's not
right. Listen. I think the gameplay. I feel like the gameplay.
Yeah.
But I really like the story. I think the modern day. It's nice to have some fucking payoff and to feel rewarded to be an Assassin's Creed fan.
Yeah.
At the same time, get it in this game. It's like.
Jack,
not doing this again.
Jack, real quick. I know you're a massive purist, and I also know that you're an.
You're a massive purist, but you're giving this game the slip.
Hold up, I know you're a massive purist, and I know that you're an AC YouTuber, so you're gonna have to replay this game 40,000 times. But can you open a save where you play it slowly, where you don't finish the entire main story in a week? And I think I might do the same. And I think maybe in like a year's time, we come back to it and see if we feel any different towards the story. Because one of my big
I'll
issues...
definitely come back to
Yeah,
it.
one of my big issues is how the narrative is structured, right? But I think...
me too.
But they've said it's like meant to be like a TV show. So maybe if you play it slowly over a long period of time...
It's not how I want to play an Assassin's Creed game.
I know, but I'm saying just try and look at it through the eyes of it just being a game.
No, I don't like this though. Where it's like, oh, I get you like Assassin's Creed.
No, but I just
can you play it like it's not an Assassin's Creed game?
And I get that, but I'm just interested to see I'm just interested to see what you think.
Yeah, I will replay it, and I will replay it as Male A4 because he seems far better acted.
Fair enough.
And,
I don't think I could
personally.
I don't think I could personally, but fair enough.
Yeah, I don't really want to fucking replay it because it is too long and it does waste your time a bit.
I just mean I don't think I could play as Male A4, personally.
Really?
Yeah, that's just me. I mean, I don't. It's the same way I couldn't play Odyssey as Alexios ever. So.
Oh, I did that last month.
That's disgusting. And what's another example? I couldn't play any of the Mass Effect games as female Shepard. I couldn't play Skyrim without being one of the cats.
Yeah, I'm not like...
What are they called? Fucking... What's that race called? The cat race. Anyway. Skyrim bangs. It's been a while since I played Skyrim.
Skyrim shit.
I mean, the most overrated game of all time without a doubt. But it's still great.
Okay, now this is where you guys get to hate me for liking Valhalla. I think Valhalla's better than Skyrim.
We're gonna move on from that.
Fucking is that?
We're gonna just move past that immediately.
Skyrim is unpolished. Valhalla is unpolished.
Valhalla's perfectly polished.
No, Valhalla is less unpolished, but it's more polished than Skyrim.
Anyway,
it's fucking true.
Yeah, but
that's not the main reason.
We'll come back to Valhalla's main story in a long time, and see what happens. But
yeah, I think it's just I think it's like the first good AC game. If Rogue is like, if you're doing a list, right? Valhalla is the first AC game on that list, going from worst to best.
You're obsessed with lists.
No, I fucking am, because it's how I'm forced to think.
Yeah, you need to stop. You need to stop doing that immediately.
But like, if you're going from worst to best, Valhalla's the first one where you're like,
compartmentalize. Compartmentalize.
Let me fucking joke. It makes sense. It makes sense, right?
Okay.
If you're going worst to best,
we've already done
Valhalla
this.
is the first.
You've already done this.
Valhalla is the first one where you're like, that's good. You know, that's a good game. It's flawed, but it's a good game.
Okay.
That we can agree on.
Yes, we can.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's nice.
Moving on, because I think we've gone over. At least I'm sure next week I'll have more to talk about because I'll have thought about it more. I mean, I think you've kind of got it all together in your head.
Yeah, and people are very unhappy with me.
But I don't know. Anyway, I mean, you're definitely not the only one. There are plenty of people. Skill Up got 1 million views on a video where he said it was
No, but Skill Up's video is fucking stupid. Like, you know, I'm one for being balanced and giving Valhalla its share of criticism because it does deserve it, but Skill Up's video is fucking stupid. It's like, oh, you know, it's too long and it's bloated, but hey, Odyssey was written. No.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking dumb. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, my video is going to be the most perfectly balanced 4-hour review of all time. I'm
not going to please anyone
be
because
so
I did my... I can't please anyone because I don't think it's really that good. I don't think it's really that bad.
Don't try and please anyone then.
I know, but you really like it, and I think it's just okay.
Yeah, and if you try and please everyone, then you're gonna please no one. So just say what you honestly think. I mean, you don't need to try and get a review copy anymore, so you're fine.
Nah, I probably wouldn't care if I didn't like Valhalla.
It's like when you called Eivor a passive character in your newest video, and then Darby tweeted you, and then you sent like 52 tweets backtracking.
I didn't backtrack.
You did backtrack.
How did I back? I still do think Eivor is a massively passive character.
I know you think that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I've had a good time with Valhalla, and I was really excited to talk on this podcast, and you
Yeah,
destroyed my fun.
it's alright.
Just let people enjoy things.
Oh
Be more
my
positive.
god.
All right.
I realise how much I hate being in the minority. Maybe I should try and please people. Can't do this.
Oh my days. No, don't try and please people, please. You'd be boring then. These conversations are the highlight of my year.
This just makes me really sad.
Moving on from there, though. Right. For now, because we will definitely talk about this more in future. Everyone's favorite voice actor does not think the coronavirus exists. Have you heard about this, Jack?
No.
One Alexios, aka Batman, aka Michael
God,
Antonakos, thinks that COVID is not real. He thinks that it is fear-mongering propaganda. This is a quote. He thinks it is fear-mongering propaganda with political and corporate-driven stats of cases that mean nothing, all to fund an untested vaccine and make us all sicker and potentially sterilize us while making Big Pharma rich. Well, that's
that
genius. If I've Twitter, that's genius. If I've never heard of it.
When did he tweet this? I'm looking.
Shout out to Synth Potato, aka Amir, aka the Ultimate Red Dead fan, for sending me these screenshots along with the tweet and telling me about it.
Where is it? I can't. What's the date?
It was 13th of November. He replied to an Elon Musk tweet saying, so someone said in response to Elon Musk's tweet saying that coronavirus is bogus or something. Someone said, why are many commenters here afraid of this information? And Michael Antonakos says, because it would break their current view or reality, and that would be much scarier than a virus. As well, their need to be right is clouding their need for transparency within science. Transparency within science. Ah, yes. That's how the scientific method works.
He did the paradigm shift.
It would take a paradigm shift in their perspective. And CDC... Yeah, wow. Shout out to Michael Antonakos. We for sure won't be having him on the podcast because he for sure listens to David Icke.
Who doesn't listen to David Icke?
Most
Anyone
people.
who knows anything.
Most sane people.
I think you just...
So Batman...
You don't want to break out of your box.
Batman's been ruined.
You're a slave to your societal programming, mate. David told me that.
Batman has officially been ruined. That's a yikes for me, I've got to say.
Batman's an anti-masker.
He's probably an anti-Semite as well. Because he's talking about the global elite. Oh fuck, that's not. He's talking about the global elites.
Do you just insinuate that the quote-unquote global elite are Jews?
No, I didn't.
You sound like the anti-Semite here, Joe.
Oh my days! You're such a fucking.
I'm just calling it
Jack,
as I see it.
The people who use the term global elites are anti-Semitic. They are referring.
Oh, were you saying he used it?
Yeah, they're referring. They're
don't necessarily
David
think they're
Icke.
Jewish.
No, they are referring to a select group of 7 Jewish people who they deem the quote-unquote global elites that control everything from underneath.
There was this really good David Icke podcast.
Oh no!
I'm fucking with you.
Yeah.
I'm fucking with you. Yeah.
Anyway.
David Icke's not that bad.
Yeah,
though.
Michael Antonakos. Shout out to him for not believing in the coronavirus. It'd be funny if he got it. I know that sounds mean, but kind of would be.
Then they can delay Gotham Knights a bit.
Hopefully, fucking hell. Hopefully they delay it forever. Bro,
Be nice.
Before Gotham, this is a plead. This is a plead right now. Is it Rocksteady making Gotham Knights or are they making Suicide Squad? No, WB.
Nah, they did Suicide Squad.
WB Studios, because I know you're all listening right now. Please, I beg you, do not, I repeat, do not have numbers flying off your enemies in your game. Just remove it. There's no need for it. Also, I need to piss. I'll be back in a minute. Talk. Entertain the people.
I'm going to talk to chat then. Alexios is immune to COVID-19. Yeah, he doesn't take poison damage. He's upgraded his fucking hunter skill tree. This happens every pod. This is why we shouldn't do this live, because Joe always goes for a piss. That is the first time I've been for a piss on the podcast. I took like, I think I was done by now. Fucking hell. How long is the delay on this stream? Okay, as I'm talking, Joe's just gone for a piss. I've just checked. Okay. Sick. Assassin's... Oh, fuck. I've accidentally closed the stream. Shit. Assassin's Creed. What? There you go. That's what you want, right? Jack, talk to me about your Nana. I have a Nana milkshake to my left, as you say that, Sam. It's funny you mentioned that. Joe, we're losing viewers. Can you fucking get back here? Alexio says a level 200 hunter build, so COVID won't do much. Oh, fuck's sake. This delay is like a good 30 seconds, I think.
Jack, you better have been entertaining the people to all hell.
Nah, I've just been silent for a minute.
Ah, fair enough, fair enough.
I'm joking, I wasn't.
Good thing that I pissed really fast.
Play David Icke a bit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was telling him to watch his podcast with Sean Atwood.
Who's Sean Atwood? Why does that name ring a bell?
He's the bold, fucking England Wolf of Wall Street guy. He went to prison in Arizona.
Can't say names. Can't say it rings a bell. The only name
There's
that rings
lots
a bell
of
for me
David Icke shit. He's really cool.
The only name that rings a bell for me is William Miles.
Okay. Right, that's
Sorry, that was unnecessary.
Can we get David Icke on the podcast?
We probably
He has
could.
literally no other platform.
He has low standards, yeah. So, but then my channel would be taken down as well. So, guess not. We could get Paul Joseph Watson on to talk about the Great Reset.
Yeah, how the right is the new counterculture.
Paul Joseph Watson, what a man, what a man. I don't know if man's the right term. He's like 5'4".
Oh no, you can't equate height to masculinity, Joe.
I can.
What? How tall are you? You're like 5'11".
5'10".
Yeah.
So I'm not particularly tall, but I have a massive cock, so it makes up for it.
Fuck's sake.
Nah, but yeah, we have spoken about Valhalla, and we've also spoken about Michael Antonakos, and I'm sure we have plenty.
And David Icke. We have to have a weekly David Icke section.
Oh,
now.
do we have to? I think
Yes.
instead we could start a weekly Q&A section, utilizing the wonderful people in the chat. So, and also on Discord, I'll check Discord too. If you have any questions, send them through now, and we'll do a cheeky answer. We do a cheeky answer.
Yeah, well, mate, what's the plan with the Discord? Are we going to do another one of them Among Us streams soon? Because that'd be cool.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, you're never on the Discord, so, I mean, yeah.
Nah, because I'm
figure
always
something out.
fucking... I don't know what I'm doing, but...
You're watching, what's his name? The documentaries of that weird...
Oh, the
festival
40-part, 16-hour Chris Chan documentary. It's really good.
Chris Chan.
Lance, if you want something to watch the Chris Chan 45-part
It's literally,
documentary.
it's 46 parts, which are all 45 minutes long.
Really, Chris Chan's life is so tragic. It makes me feel so sad.
And so
Because
documented.
I see a lot of myself in Chris Chan, unironically.
Do you want to explain who Chris Chan is? Because, people don't know.
Okay. Chris Chan, or Christian Weston Chandler.
It's Christine now.
Yeah, it used to be Christopher, but he changed his name. Chris Chan was born in 1982 in Virginia, right? And Chris has high function autism, and he's...
Yeah.
He's a massive Sonic fan. I can't fucking do... I don't know the guy in the documentary plays it so straight. How seriously can you talk about Christian Weston Chandler?
Christine.
Okay. Oh,
Stop
yeah.
using the dead name, Jack, or I'll cancel you again.
Oh, yeah, right. Christine was born as Christopher. But yeah, she made the webcomic Sonichu, which is a combination. What's funny about that?
Nothing's funny about it.
Yeah, he made the webcomic Sonichu. And Sonichu Chris needed an original character for a school assignment. It's fuck. He's really proud of that because it's Sonic and Pikachu put together. The Chaos Monster from Sonic Adventure like spit Sonic out and he spit him into Pikachu, and they combined to make Sonichu. Basically, all his stories like he's Sonichu's dad-in-law, even though that's not how he was created. Chris Chan is the biggest example of how the internet can ruin a person. I feel horrible for him.
Dog is so autistic.
So much is on record about him though, and all his comics are about this woman named Mary Lee Walsh, right? What she did was in school, left these like flyers out. All the flyers said, "I'm looking for a boyfriend-free girl to come and see me," or some shit. And that's how he worded all of them. And she was like, "Hey man, you can't fucking do this." And he kept doing it.
Right.
There was like some borderline racist remarks in there. She told him off for it and was like, "No, you can't do this." And all his comics for years afterwards, even after he's left high school, paint her out as like a villain, and she's like the Eggman of the Sonichu universe.
My days. Okay. Why is this man's life so documented?
Oh, I don't fucking know, but
he's labeled the most documented man on Earth. So
I feel bad for him because he's not a bad guy.
Because you know him personally, obviously.
I mean, from we know,
you've seen a documentary on YouTube.
No, I mean like from what we've seen of Chris Chan, which is a fucking lot.
I mean, considering he made a mix between Sonic and Pikachu, it's very likely that he's a serial child rapist, allegedly.
No, he's just misunderstood, and he's got really bad autism. Like,
are you saying that autism is inherently bad? Jack.
Oh, shut the fuck
Jack,
you!
I can't believe this. I expected better from you. We're in 2020. Get on the right side of history.
Come on that autism test. You scored a good like what? How much did you score on an autism test?
Can we not
90%?
Can we not be neurophobic, please? Can we not be neurophobic? This is a welcoming. This is a welcoming.
ND here,
this is a welcoming podcast next door, and I'm ashamed. I'm actually in tears.
Joe, actually, you're not neurodivergent, and you still use the word retard, or as you should say, the arsler.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's fucking retarded. No! Wait, why are the Scottish police knocking on my door? Fuck. I'm getting taken away. Well, what makes me cry even more, apart from Jack being massively fucking neurophobic, is also that we have not had any questions in the chat, so that's epic. Good job, guys. You suck. Nah, I'm joking. We
talked about Christian. It's scared everyone off.
We love you all personally, but also give us some fucking questions.
Donate to Joe's Patreon.
Maybe if I put it on Patreon and be like, hey, pay me to ask me questions, then that would work. I mean, that's what everyone else does, so that'll work flawlessly. But I think that may be all we have for today.
Oh, there's the podcast topics on fucking. We haven't read those in a while.
I have checked. There's nothing there. And also
there's top 5 video. Nothing you want to.
That's a video. It's video and podcast topics, bro. It's a video.
You can go through.
We could also not. I can't do any more lists or top 5s. I'm sorry.
How long is Jack's left here? I've not measured it. I couldn't fucking tell you.
Far too long. But yeah. With all that being said.
Oh wait. Do you want to talk about the Game of the Year contestants?
Oh, that's a good show actually. Because what I was going to say was I've literally spent the last 2 weeks of my life playing Valhalla straight. I have not done anything with my life. So I have no stories to tell or nothing interesting to talk about. So that's fucking depressing. Anyway, Game of the Year contenders. Game of the Year.
I'm on the site. Last time I was here, it was 2019. I filmed a video of me going through all the contestants and saying what you thought.
It's a pretty weak year, but it does have some outstanding, like, it's a, what would you call it? Top heavy year.
Right.
Like, there's not a
Yeah.
lot of options. There's like 4 games that are genuine contenders.
Let's go through them.
Yeah.
One of the nominate. Why is this so okay, here we go. Game of the year, like all in all. Doom Eternal, that's how you know it's a shaky year. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, so Ghost is going to win this. Ghost or Final Fantasy Remake. Imagine a remake being the game of the year.
I think Ghost is a proper full-on
But
fucking remake.
Yeah, it is, but still. Ghost.
Last of Us 2, but I think Ghost of Tsushima is far less divisive.
The thing is, right? I think they could go Last of Us 2 purely for the publicity, because they would get so much backlash for it, as well as so much love, because it's such a polarizing game, right? You could get so much publicity and so much traction by giving it Game of the Year. I think, I'm not sure, but I think Ghost is a deserving enough game, you know. So
yeah,
I think it'll probably go to Ghost.
Played it in honesty.
Oh, if you still not finished it since the As Always podcast that we did 3 months ago, where he asked you if you'd finished it.
A lot of these are all like the same fucking The Last of Us 2 is in like every fucking. Tell me you saw that old joystick thing where Kamala Khan won best performance.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What?
Over Laura Bailey or Ashley Johnson.
Okay, real quick. Not only of all the characters in games, but of all the characters in even Avengers, Kamala Khan may be the worst performance of any To be fair to the voice actress, she wasn't given much to work with. One of the worst written characters of the year. But what the fuck? That is Avengers is already dead as well. 98% of the playership is left. The game. Yeah.
All best multiplayer game. Animal Crossing, Among Us.
Oh my!
Gotta win.
Wait, what? Animal Crossing is in the running for best multiplayer game.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Warzone. Warzone's got a chance.
I think Warzone will win it. Yeah.
Valorant. I hope Among Us does.
It'd be cool if Among Us did. I mean, if you're just talking like popularity-wise, Among Us would be up there. But it's hard to kind of rank like multiplayer games.
Guess it is just down to subjective enjoyment.
Yeah, I mean, a much easier way to do it is just popularity. So I don't know, but I feel like Warzone's more easy to like. You can play if they're doing it by quality. I think under the right circumstances, Among Us is more fun than Warzone. But then Warzone, like, you can just play. You can play by yourself. You can play with one other person. Whereas Among Us, you need 10 people to play, or else it's not fun. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That makes sense.
Award shows are fucking dumb. Did you hear about the Grammys controversy?
Where they're going full like fucking tokenism bollocks.
I don't think so.
What
no,
what are the Grammys doing?
Yeah, no. So basically, they completely snubbed The Weeknd. Apparently, I mean, I don't listen to The Weeknd. I don't like The Weeknd's music personally.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, they apparently snubbed The Weeknd. Also snubbed Ariana Grande. And there was someone else that they apparently snubbed. And there's been a big controversy about it.
Win fucking Kid Mad City, or was it To Pimp a Butterfly?
You're cutting up a bit, but no, that was a disaster. So it was 2013. So Macklemore won over. Hold up. I need to find out which
one over bloody Yeezus as well.
It won over too many albums. Album of the year. I'll look this up. Yeah, Macklemore the Heist won over. Oh fuck! Oh my days! Can you just show me which albums there were? It won over Yeezus. It won over Doris. It won over MMLP2. It won over Acid Rap. It won over Nothing Was the Same. It won over Wolf. It won over Because of the Internet. It won over fucking there was also a Jay-Z one, but I don't remember which Jay-Z one it was. It won over Simply Too Many Albums. It was an absolute disaster.
Quite funny.
Quite funny, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Good Kid Mad City, sorry. It was Good Kid Mad City. And based on a true story, Strange Clouds. Jesus, there's so many great albums that came out this year. 1999! Oh, what an album. It still is wild to me. Fucking Joey Badass made in 1999 when he was 16, and it's almost a no-skip album. How mental is that?
I've not heard it.
You've not heard 1999?
No.
Oh, bro, you've got to go back and listen to 1999. It's probably not the best debut album, but top 5 debut albums in my opinion. It's fucking fantastic.
Hey, you know, the podcast we do, the next one after this, Cyberpunk will be out.
Oh shit!
It'll be like the day before.
That's wild. I mean, I'm not gonna get it till December 12th, unfortunately, but so we probably won't.
After that,
it'll be a while till we have a spoiler cast on it, but that is quite wild to think. I feel like we should get a guest on next week, just to even more so mark the start of season 2. You know.
Yeah, we need to get a new frame. We do.
Yeah, but we just didn't have time today. But I'm thinking we get our good friend on. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Do.
Well, you do. Okay. What do you think? Because I know you're skeptical.
You can't put me on the spot like this because we're recording with fucking live.
I know, and I know you don't like people, but
don't.
I'm taking the piss. I'm taking the piss.
Sociopath.
No.
Dude.
What do you think of? Because I feel like we need to get a guest on, and also, he's just a chill gamer.
Don't pressure me into this.
Okay. Well. Anyway, since I lead this podcast, because I'm Tyler's son, I'm in charge here. So we are gonna have a guest on if he says yes, obviously, next week, and I'm sure we'll get to talk about Valhalla even more, which is always very fun. But yeah. With all that being said, Jack, do you have any closing statements? Since apparently now I'm introducing the podcast and ending it. So, do you have any closing statements, my friend?
Yeah, it's because it's weird because we're streaming, so we can't. Yeah,
to be fair, I did start the stream without giving you any warning, which was dumb of me. But
that really caught me off guard. Anyway, boys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, maybe leave a like, and if you didn't, maybe let us know why. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you all next time in the next episode.
Rate us 5 stars on Spotify as well, or whatever the rating system is on Spotify.
Yeah. We'll see you all next time in the next episode.
Season 2 is coming, and it's going to be bigger. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be better. Jack's going to be more awake. I'm going to stop going for a piss. We're going to get a new frame. We're going to get some new art, and we're going to do some bits. So, let's fucking go. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching once again. We will see you in the next one. Much love and kisses and peace. Go pledge to my Patreon and go fucking watch all of Jack's videos on repeat. Bye.
Cheers, boys. Okay,